Just getting October CPI data here on a year-over-year basis, 2.6% comes in line with forecasts. 2.6%, the prior 2.4%, if you remember. Core CPI on the month-over-month, actual 0.3% to the upside, again, versus 0.3 expected. So basically, in line with expectations across the board here, even on the year-over-year side of things. 0.2 for the headline number on the month-over-month as well. So basically in line with expectations across the board. 0.3 versus 0.3, 3.3 for core versus 3.3 expected there, 2.6 on the headline number versus 2.6 expected. So, as you were, as far as the market is concerned, I think we're getting to a point anyways where inflation is not necessarily as big of a deal as it was maybe even just a few months ago. There's a nice move for the NASDAQ right now, back to the upside on that number. Anything in line with expectations or slightly better these days seems to be taken as a positive. So many things to talk about this morning. Rivian looking pretty good to start here. We are trying to bounce right now off 1150. Nice move after the close yesterday. This Volkswagen deal finally underway, it would appear, which could open potentially $5+ billion for them in funding. We talked about it months and months ago when it first came out there, the tie-up between Volkswagen and Rivian. What this will amount to, what kind of car we'll get from this tie-up or technology from this tie-up remains to be seen, but funding anyways, which they need.
Yeah, and they get more money, Brendo, 800 million more. It was 5 billion initially, now 5.8 billion, so better there. They're looking at using that money, obviously, to develop the R2. They were a little cash strapped, so good look. Now we got some more information about the nature of their relationship. It looks like it's going to be a software only. They're not going to be sharing like things like the battery modules and stuff like that. So we'll have to see how that all pans out. So good luck for Rivian. Lots of other stuff to talk about. Tesla recalling some Cybertrucks as well. Looks like there is a bit of an issue there with the propulsion, the accelerator. There, Mara reporting yesterday, Brendo missing there as well, and SMCI delaying the quarterly filing. So, eek, another bad day for SMCI.
Yeah, we'll touch on that coming up here. Just worth a note here, dollar downside in a big way on that CPI print. We're also seeing yields downside in a big way on that CPI print as well. 10-year back to 4.37 right now, so well off the highs. I was reading a little bit about that Rivian Volkswagen deal when it came out, or the announcement came out after the close yesterday. And you kind of alluded to it there. I mean, it's technology software based to start, but do you honestly think, I mean, Volkswagen really hasn't gone down the electric road per se as of yet on their own. Do you really think if they're investing that kind of money into a Rivian that they're not going to look eventually at maybe capitalizing on some sort of car?
Well, I mean, it's really interesting that you bring that up because, quite frankly, they're looking at ramping up some of their joint ventures. So initially, they want to have it in Volkswagen. Then they're talking about moving it into Audi, and even Porsche is on the table. So we'll have to see. Basically, it's interesting, Brendo. That's a lot of money to throw around without really getting a lot in returns.
Exactly. And if Rivian is on the way down in scale, size-wise, making manufacturing more available, maybe that's something that Volkswagen can tap into. Regardless, nice bounce underway right now here for Rivian shares off 1150 to start things off. Tesla back to the upside here this morning as well after what a day it was yesterday, just straight southbound right from the word go after just an epic week for Tesla shares. We're back to 335, 340 here to start things off so far this morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I was actually looking at Tesla.
You're muted. Good morning, Obi. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, not too bad, thank you. 2.6 versus 2.6, so it kind of comes out as expected here on the CPI. So we don't get a huge move to the upside, but it's a move nonetheless, as I guess traders may be a little spooked on what could have been, I guess, a cold number, but it seems like it's in line. Nice move up there on the NASDAQ. We popped just a little bit there. It looks more dramatic than I think it is. I mean, it was just an instant reaction to it. I could see a little bit of a fade back in. We're now up about 40 handles, which is nice, taking out pre-market highs. So there it goes. The stock that I'm looking at today as well. I mean, boy, we have fun trading Tesla yesterday. You were one way, I was the other for a bit, although we had very, very similar ideas on what Tesla was going to do. And then it did make that huge move down. It made a huge move up in the middle of the day. And I think that the same thing is true. We should have waited for easy trades. This 336 was easy. When it finally broke it, it was easy. So, you know, and that top yesterday at 345, 346 came twice. So let's wait to see if we get some opportunities like that today on Tesla, Obi, where we get to be some supply and demand areas. But I have written it down. I'm just about to hit send on the sticky note here. I wanted to add a note to the Rivian trade. But I liked, we already talked about this, 336 and 338. Well, right now we're hovering around those areas. I like Tesla to the long today. We have Doge there, Department of Government Efficiencies.
Yeah.
Doge.
Yeah.
You know, so nice, very, very creative right there.
Time.
So that's going to keep that going up. Vivek and Elon now part of that committee. We'll see how that runs and see how that affects Tesla and crypto. I mean, Dogecoin was up 20%.
Yeah, no, some pretty crazy moves there off of that. That should be interesting, man. I mean, who else to be part of that? I guess
perfect.
That body than one of probably the most efficient men on the planet. I mean, you see the guy who runs like so many companies. He's active on Twitter pretty much all day, and I think I don't know if you know, he also plays Diablo at a very competitive level. I think he's in the top 20 in the world. So
Elon is?
Yeah, Elon is. So think about the efficiency this man has in his life. It's absolutely crazy. Anyways, but yeah, no, some solid moves there on Tesla. I think you were definitely on the right side of the move, getting short yesterday. That was definitely a much better trade than attempting the long, I think. And again, that 350 was a little bit telling, I would say, prior day. And then when we can't really get above that in the pre-market, that continuation short to the downside was definitely nice on Tesla. But yeah, with that CPI coming in, you can see the aggressiveness on this market coming right back in. We're trading way past 21,200 on the Nasdaq, and yeah, we're back above 6,000, holding on the ES here, 339s on Tesla. Let's see if we can get past that 340. Some of the levels from yesterday. I do want to point out, yeah, this thing, you can see this downtrend, man. This was the trade. We pretty much get to high a day there, and then pretty much on a full self drive all the way to the downside here, 321s. You can see that aggressive selling all the way from 1030 to about 130. So almost 2 to 3 hours worth of consistent selling off of day highs there on Tesla. I'm going to be watching that piece of double top right there. We saw what that double bottom did on 336s from this day right here. I'm curious to know what 345 brings us today if we're going to get there. Already almost at 340s right now. Pre-market highs as well, 340.
We did have just a nice little move up there in Sofi. So Sofi just goes from 13.75 to 14. Sofi is at $14 right now. Can we believe it, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, I know it's just staying up there. It's been up here for a minute, but wow. What a great little island trade this is as well. Huge move up for Obi. Sofi a month ago was $7-8. So damn, I mean, this one's going to the upside. You look at that?
Yeah, would you look at that? Just look at it.
Obi sent me that.
I sent him the video. Yeah,
that's great. I like that one.
Just take a look at it.
But anyways, Sofi, man, let's keep the good times rolling over here on SOFI. What's up, JCB Sports, man? Shout out to you and everybody else. Yeah, Marco Rubio now, new Secretary of State, eh? That guy. We got some Rubio fans in the building right now.
He just goes bang.
Not if you are a fan of Chinese equity, I don't think. Yesterday on that announcement, so we had a nice move down almost 3% yesterday in FXI, battling back a little bit there today. So Rubio's known as very hawkish there on China policies and the tariff and just meeting what Trump's going to want to accomplish. He's got the right guy in place there, apparently. Us here in lovely Canada, we don't worry too much about Marco Rubio, but
not really.
We worry about U.S. politics, that's for sure, as it definitely affects the market. Okay, good. Bitcoin 88.6 right now. Ethereum 32.
It broke that 90 last night. You see, but it only went to like 91.
Did it break 91?
90,100.
Okay, because 90,100.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen right when we were trading it yesterday?
Was it?
It was right at the closing
into
bell.
the close. Yeah. So we did kind of crack that.
It was up there right at 90,000. So I actually have the sticky note is now out, by the way, and I have IBIT on here once again. So yesterday we traded IBIT really nicely there into the close. We were able to buy that dip, and then I said basically let's just do the whole Bitcoin thing and hodl. And so when we tripped back into here, we were lucky because we were trying to play off this 50 period. It was ripping all afternoon as we saw Bitcoin come up to 90. That's 90 touch rate there. Then we were like, all right, let's play the pullback. It was a very, very aggressive pullback. So then we were able to get long. And then it was like, let's find an area of support. And we kind of picked this early afternoon area of 50-50, and man, did that pay out at the end of the day as we ripped all the way back up there, and then there's that 90 touch again. So unless it happened a little bit after 4 o'clock as well, that's the high right there for IBIT, 51.25. So we'll see if it breaks higher. I wrote down here on today that I don't mind getting long in the 50 area. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that, but right now it's looking like 50-30, nice little hold there for IBIT. I mean, let's go. I love trading that crypto yesterday, a lot of fun. As Sharif mentioned a couple days ago, record inflows to ETF space there with crypto over the last week. And I think it was Monday, I believe, was the record day. So, all right, let's go back over to the desk. NASDAQ now rallying through highs, now up 0.23%. All these longs on here are going to hit, but now we got to pay a little more for them.
Yeah, IBIT now 4 billion assets under management.
Unreal.
Unreal how quickly they got to a number like that. I was just noticing all the Chinese ADRs, as Sean was just mentioning, the China aspect there, most of the Chinese ADRs anyways, EV specific, big moves higher this morning after that down move yesterday. Real quick, if there's F1 fans out there, Liberty Media going to split off the Liberty Live group. So a couple of announcements coming out here. CEO Greg Maffei going to resign at the end of 2024. John Malone to assume the role of CEO. Didn't really do much. It's up at 77 right now. Not a lot of volume, but FWONA is Liberty Media. CNBC was just talking about that. Anyone joining a little bit late, quick recap here for you. CPI comes out at 8:30 there, right across the board, in line with expectations. So October on the core side, 0.3. Core overall year over year, 3.3. Exactly where it was expected. The headline number exactly where it was expected as well. So bit of a non-event. The market does move a little bit higher here, but overall, we're looking pretty good once again to start things off.
Yeah, not a bad look here, Brendo. Continuing up and maintaining 6,000 on the 6,000 on the ES. Good look there. Keeping my eye on oil. Oil marginally higher here, but the indices all higher. As you mentioned earlier, keeping an eye on crypto as well as we work back into that 90,000. It's a good day today. I don't think there's really a whole lot of negative catalyst pointing to the downside.
Yeah, some earnings to deal with as well. Rocket Lab, one of those, RKLB. What a chart this is turning into. That's a weekly chart.
Crazy.
For Rocket Lab. Yeah, we're trading up here this morning. 1810, 1811 right now. For RKLB, 23.5%. Again, this is the weekly chart. This thing's gone $5 to almost $20 since August.
This is crazy.
Huge move.
It's amazing. And I didn't even really think that they had this kind of scale. Because you only hear about SpaceX launching, everybody's hiring SpaceX to get their satellites into space. Well, they're doing it too. So they've got a Neutron rocket. That's just one of the rockets that they're using right now, and they're getting commercial contracts under their belt. They've got quite a few right now. They're beating in Q3 revenue. They surpassed expectations. Net loss was lower than expected. They got their first customer, as I mentioned, for that Neutron rocket. That's mid-2026. They're expecting that. And you mentioned this already. Tripling in value over the past 3 months is their stock. I mean, breaking through that $20 earlier today. A little bit below it right now, but good luck, Brendo.
Yeah, a lot of that move coming on this earnings report, but it's going to get to a point, I think, where, I mean, obviously Elon and SpaceX not going to be the only ones putting satellites into orbit, but it's going to get a little bit crowded up there, I would imagine, at some point. I mean, there's endless, real estate, obviously, but...
We always talk about space junk and space debris.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit crowded, but good for them, guys. RKLB on the move.
What a launch on that one. That's
that
wild,
one is
right?
taking off. The thing is here, what is going on with Palantir right now? I mean, Palantir is just like, that's a nice story. So Palantir continues to move higher right now. All-time highs, 62.08 for PLTR en route. Thank you, Alex Karp and company here. Maybe this guy's going to get a position with the new government. I mean, who knows? If that's the case, then watch out, everybody. I'll tell you that much. All right. So Rocket Lab, you talked about this. We had a very similar. I mean, everything is right now is lifting. I mean, Bitcoin is ripping. Bitcoin right now 89.1. Like we just sat down here. I will talk about, I mean, Rocket Lab is going the other way, but right now Kashkari's talking about good spots in the labor market. So there goes IBIT. Just wanted to have a quick look. I mean, we had wrote down 50. Like we were looking at IBIT down here when we were writing the sticky note right before the show. This is 8.20. You're at $50. Now you're up almost that full dollar now. We hope, I mean, I'm bidding it. I hope that we can get a pullback. So, that one I should just always take in the pre-market. It doesn't really matter because it's not going to move like a stock. Like it's going to move with Bitcoin, which is fully open. So all right, there we go. Lesson learned. We can trade IBIT in the pre-market because liquidity is going to be great.
Yeah.
Because Bitcoin's open.
Yes.
So they can offset all of the inflows and everything like that. Okay, so that's good. All right, RKLB, yeah, what an epic move there, as Brendan and Sharif both mentioned. I only have this back to September, but there it is. It's a huge move up. We'll see if it can get to that $20 level. I mean, we saw a huge move yesterday, and then the fade, or not yesterday, a couple of days ago, then the fade back in there. So we'll have to wait to see if we can hold that level. Here's RKLB right there. Obviously, that's that wick up there to $20, so that didn't happen. There's the move there yesterday. You did have some up and down days. Like this is going to be a shortable name for sure. And I think it's in play to go short. They get that U.S. Air Force contract there worth up to $8 million. But we have to just keep everything, like Brendan said. It's getting busy up there. We'll see if Rocket Lab has its space. But right there, 1875, you've seen that's been a decent area. I would say you go short until you break 19. So, I mean, great move up there for RKLB. Yesterday, I think the implied move was about 13%, so they get it. We had this yesterday on the after show, and it was a fantastic move there. Another island name. So that candle's not supposed to be red. It's going to be, obviously, a green candle. We had that wick there today, up to $20. So that's what that is. So that threw me off there. But, yeah, I like the stock. I know you're thinking about a long area potentially, but why don't we explain that? I'm short until it breaks 19.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of, again, it's pushing 52-week highs here on Rocket Lab. We just saw Brendo show us that weekly chart, absolutely crazy here, just launching to the upside right here. All-time highs, 2134s. We are trading at, I guess, 1717s right now, so a little bit of a pullback in on this ticker. But yeah, no, back-to-back kind of, I guess, earnings beats were earlier on in the year. This time around, you did kind of miss on earnings, but revenue still is still a bit of a beat. Prior levels I'm seeing right here, $16, $17 right here. These top wicks from there, more of a base in and around 16. Prior week highs coming in at 1524s on that one there. So just going down to a 15-minute chart here. As you guys know, I like to use that anchored. Shout out to Brian Shannon once again. So that anchored actually pinned to this one right here. So yeah, so strongest volume coming in off of the earnings reaction. We're trading below that. We've used that as a bit of resistance in the pre-market as of right now with the pre-market high of 2046s. So I'll be watching to see if there's going to be any continuation. It is quite strong. Are there going to be profit takers? I have no idea. There's, again, the weekly chart has been absolutely massive right here. So all I'm watching is this pre-market high, some of these consolidation lows where we did kind of take a little bit of a breather off that earnings reaction down into the 1715s. We're trading at 18 right now, making some fresh pre-market lows. So let's see how some of those prices come in going into the open. But yeah, referencing pre-market high and low, some of this consolidation, and then that earnings reaction, whatever happened after that strong volume and strong bar that came in on earnings miss, but revenue EPS miss, and then revenue beat on Rocket Lab. So it should be interesting, man. Got a lot of things on watch. Earnings day ones, day twos. We saw I guess Home Depot sold off all day.
I like
yesterday.
Home Depot, though.
So you can see Home Depot, look at that. Earnings day one yesterday closes at the low of day pretty much right there. Catching a bit of bid, again, off of the CPI, I would say. But it should be interesting if and when we get to this 408, that couldn't get past that on the bid there going into the close and the strong sell-off coming into the close as well. So 408s on Home Depot might be something that I'm definitely going to be watching that level.
I want to buy some Home Depot in and around that 390 on a daily chart here. I want to thank Tisha Perkins there in the chat. She said, let's check out BTC, BTCT, Bit Digital. So there it is, right? BTC Digital. All these names are almost all the same.
Yeah.
Yesterday up 300% or so. And look at this, great base down at $9. This looks like it wants to break. As Bitcoin is approaching 90,000 right now, like IBIT is at 51.15 right now and ripping higher. So this is what it looks like on a 1 minute. This is what it looks like on a daily. There's that big candle from yesterday. There's that break. I mean, this name wants to work. The float, 2.56 million. It's already done 2 million. So we're already turned the float over, and this name could go. So thanks, Tisha, for that one, because you are starting to blow the you-know-what up right now. Like, this is just up 10% right here in the last 5 minutes. So we were at $10. Now you're at $11.28 on this monster right now. So that is BTCT. And look at that's still Rocket Labs, but here's Bitcoin down here, 89.3, and IBIT starting to go a little ham as well. So yeah, I mean, a lot of levels coming up to play here for BTCT. Already 2 million shares. This name is really going to run today, I feel like, especially if crypto does not slow down. BTCT could be another one for the ages. Yesterday up 300%.
I was just reading more about this Liberty Media deal. It looks like the company itself is going to spin off most of its assets right now. They have a baseball team, MLB baseball team. They're going to spin off most of their professional sports assets. The only one they're keeping is Formula One. And then the rest is going to go into a separate company that's also going to be public called Liberty Live. So Formula One will be under FWONK, and it looks like that's about it. There was a time when all you had to do was add something blockchain related to your name and you would get a nice pop. This was yesterday. Mostly it's up again today, 20%. Genius Group, not only adding AI to their name, so geniusgroup.ai, they're launching a platform, and then they're also going to start putting a ton of Bitcoin into their treasury.
Oh, yeah.
To the tune of, what did you say it was, 90%?
90% of their future and current reserves are going to be allocated to Bitcoin. That's about $120 million, Brendo, and about 1,380 Bitcoin at the current prices.
So this thing gets back above, it was 56 cents, 55 cents 2 days ago. It's back above $1 yesterday. We're up another 20% here. For GNS, if you zoom out on this chart, going back to COVID times, this thing can go if it wants to. So this was the one that went all the way to $80 from basically a penny stock in the matter of 2 or 3 days. So worth keeping an eye on. Genius Group, guys.
Interesting. Definitely a repeat offender when it comes to squeezes.
I'm taking that. Let me just popped in my ear there. It's not a fill or anything. I'm going to take that BTC break of $12 if it goes. But yeah, look, with all these stories, I mean, all you got to do is really listen to Brendo, figure out what's going on with some of these names, and if it's in your wheelhouse, then potentially something to look at. I mean, that 50-cent mark up to $1.20 there continues to go. Even though we're pulling back a little bit now, I mean, 200 period moving averages have always been something that I've liked. We can sort of see where it was doing yesterday right there. There's a 200 period hold and a pop as well. Yesterday, midday. I don't know why it's not populating the other way, but you're getting a nice little dip down into 120 right now on GNS. So yeah, some of these names could pop. I don't want to leave this one though. This one, I like the volume. Look, since we talked about it, I mean, we talked about it literally 5 minutes ago. Boom, 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 boom. Now you're getting some dying volume. Here we go. If we break through $12, we're going to take some BTCT today and then see where we go. Maybe hold it back into 11 or something like that. Decent sized position. We'll see where we can go. There it is. We are now long, so we'll hit this up. We'll put it up and we'll see where we go on BTCT. Long right now. We're in the game, baby. I don't know for how long. This thing could be a fun one, but there it goes, breaking through 12. Looking yesterday is what kind of why I like this this breakout here. So there's 12 bucks. We had held it yesterday. I thought maybe first out could be 12.50 on that upside, and here it goes right now. We're long, and it is starting to go. So okay, Obi, what did we say? 12.50? Oh no, I was not sitting there. Oh no, get up to 12.50 again. Now we're sitting right at 12.50, and bang, there it is. It's your first big one right there to start the day. A nice little 50-cent winner. We're only taking out 5%. We'll take out another piece right here. Oh no, we just offered that 68 and it turned around. Okay, come on, BCT. Look, we're not throwing out that many shares here. You're not going to see me getting out too many, but we'll see if we can continue to go to the upside. There it is, a banger to start the day. It's BTCT, man. And yeah, EA Sports, we're in the game. Just a matter of how long. All right, look at this thing bouncing around. Oh man, too bad we didn't get those 70s. Too bad it can't halt. As we wait for, that's going to be hopefully advantageous to the longs, the fact that it won't be able to halt. But here we go again. Nice move up there to 12.50. And that's, we just said that was a potential spot there for this name to stop out at, right? So there's the 12 break. There's yesterday's high, basically 12.75. We didn't get above there since noon, and we just tested again. So look out. So right now, I would think that you'd have to hold this VWAP. So if we don't hold that, then I think it's a breaker down to the downside, 10.50 or so. So let's see what happens on BTCT. Exciting times here to start. Anything on GNS there?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's one of those, I guess, repeat runners there. You got to take a look back at it to see how it has been able to behave in the past, or how it does behave in the past, to kind of give you an idea of how it can potentially behave on the day today. And over the past couple of days here, you can see we've been getting this increased relative volume. Yesterday, doing over 100 times its relative volume. We could go down to a 3-minute chart to see right there. Some wick tops in the pre-market that gets broken. You get some strong pushes through that, and we're kind of stepping up on this. So maybe this is building up. I have no idea what we can take a quick look at what the short float may or may not be. We got 7%, but as of yesterday, it might be a little bit more than 7%. But we'll see. We'll see this one coming off of the open there. Not necessarily something I usually trade, but again, if it is moving around, I'm definitely more than willing to give it a watch and see if there's any opportunities which align with I guess my playbook. But yeah, Genius Group Limited catching a little bit of relative volume on is this day one or day two? I would say this is a day two, because day one doing the significant relative volume was yesterday. So let's see, 179 is the pre-market high. Yesterday's consolidation low at 60 pennies, so it should be interesting.
Look at what just happened again.
Oh boy.
Basically 90,000 again, said no thank you. That came real close again. So remember, this is 90, this 51.3. I mean, we can show here. I'll just show you guys Bitcoin as we go here. So this is the actual BTC chart. You're going to see right now, we'll refresh this. I had a 145-minute chart on from yesterday. Look at that, 89.77. 89,720, whatever. Nice move to the upside there. And then here's the pushback. So we want to look at this. There's the 50-period moving average, 88.5. So you are falling back in right now into that 50 period. 87.8, 87.9, the 200 period. We really like the 200 period for support. The 50 period is like a trend change. Like you could go short there, but then it could just run into the 200 period, where I would be favoring the long. So I just think that that's an area where you possibly get out if you're long, or start to nibble in. But ultimately, you're looking for something down there, 87.8. So nice move there for Bitcoin one more time. So we'll figure out, Robinhood right now announcing Cardano trading. All right, and Solana trading now available on Robinhood. So I just heard that in my ear, I guess. And I don't know if you guys, I don't think we even have Robinhood here. If you're Canadian, I'm not sure you can be a customer. Maybe that's true, I don't know. But anyways, I'm not sure if that's already part of it, but that just came through in my ear. So yeah, good couple notes there about Bitcoin. Nice to see it moving around. I do like the bid there on iBit. So we're going to try to find a good spot to get in. Right now, there's the 200 period, there's a 50. Let's get something in at 50-50. I'm going to try that on iBit. I'm going to put a bid there, 50-50 or so on iBit, to see if we can get some longs.
All right, it's okay. Yeah, 4 additional cryptocurrencies coming to Robinhood. So yeah, nice pop there for Hood. Once again, back to the upside. This GNS coming off in a hurry now, back to the downside. So just be aware if anyone's having a look at that genius group, BTCT, just popping up in front of me on a decent amount of volume. Just be aware overall for the market coming back in a hurry. NASDAQ actually just went red. Kashkari was speaking. I didn't see anything that was significant as far as comments coming from him, but the market did kick off a little bit of selling there on some of those comments. Let's go over to Adair at the screen.
Interesting names here on the upgrades and downgrade sides of things, starting with 3M, up about 1% with an upgrade from UBS. BTIG Research upgrading On Holdings, ON after its earnings report yesterday. Spotify getting an upgrade from Pivotal Research Group after its report was actually kind of mixed. Philips actually downgrading Spotify after the report. So SPOT with a couple different directions here from analysts. Then we have Evercore ISI upgrading Cummins and downgrading CAT, though it did raise its price target for Caterpillar. Then we have ANGI, Angie here getting this downgrade from Goldman Sachs. Doximity from Canaccord Genuity getting a price target increase, but a downgrade down about 2.5%. And Cody getting a downgrade here by TD Cowen. A couple of different interesting names on both sides here, guys.
Yeah, that is it's pretty interesting there that you have Triple M that sells off all day yesterday, and then you get a bit of an upgrade for Gap Up. We're trading 132s in the pre-market. Yesterday's lows, Sean, were 128.5. So look at this aggressive selling that did come in over the past, I guess, a couple of days there. Maybe it started off on Monday afternoon right there, closing near low a day, opens up. Oh boy, man, how do I get my hands on these things as they're happening? Look at that, close at low of day, and the next day coming in off of the open, can't really get past that close, and then pushes even lower with an aggressive sell all the way to the downside, 128. What is that? Almost I guess a 3.5% flush before it catches a bit of a base back up into 132s right now, coming in with that upgrade. So it could be interesting there. But I think what this is basically telling me, Sean, is like I need to start scanning for things that are closing near low a day.
Right.
Yeah.
We hit the bang button again because we just got some more out here on BTCT. We just got some out in the 40s, by the way. We got some out at 25, then 41 right now. BTCT, nice movement to the upside right here. And I just want to show you guys what I was talking about there on Robinhood because. Wait a second, I just saw this story 2 seconds ago. Where did that go? Anyways, all right, it was just talking about Solana there. I don't know, it was here. Maybe they took it away. But okay, anyways, it said announced Solana, Cardano, all that kind of trading. So it was there. I don't know, we'll have to find out the legitimacy of it. I don't know where that had gone. Yeah, Spotify. So the name that I liked, it was not on the upgrades or downgrades, but we did talk a little bit about it. It's just, you know, in a rate cutting environment, I really think that Home Depot is a winner in this space. Not in this name, and I want to get into it. So I mean, it's not going to be the same as Costco. It doesn't move, you know, in that direction often, like just straight up. It does have these dip buy opportunities. And I just really think that in here to 390 or so is a great opportunity if Home Depot can come back in, especially if this market gives back, which it's doing now, like Brendan said, just turning red on the NASDAQ. We'll look at the ES for Home Depot and whatnot. But I really like that name, and it was a good report. Faded back in there a little bit yesterday, now getting a bump back today. But I like Home Depot if we get a little bit lower. I know it's a name that Obi was also looking at. But yeah, great. Remember I said there on that number, like we came in as expected, it went up, but then it kept on getting a little bit higher. And then now with Kashkari and some of this speak now, we do pull back right into VWAP now for the NASDAQ. So it's only 903. There's going to be lots of trading opportunities. We've already seen some names really start to move upside again. Like Nvidia almost took out all-time highs there in the pre-market. So I was going to talk about it as it was getting up there, but that's 149.77 is all-time highs. We just got to 149.40. So what was going to be the trade here when we wrote it down at 8 o'clock at 147, you've now just broken basically through the highs there. We're not through it, but we're 20 cents away. Pullbacks into VWAP and all that, great trades there for Nvidia, and then the same thing with Tesla. As Tesla broke through, I thought it was going to take that 340. It gets 5 or 6 pennies away from that, and now falls back in another $3. So again, trying to test and hold in and around VWAP 336, 335. I mean, if the market continues to make lowers, lower lows here on the minute chart, then we can stay away from any longs. But for now, it's looking like we could get some good dip buy opportunities in a couple minutes on open, so 9:25. Make sure you grab our watch list. We're about to go through it, and let's go over to the desk.
I was just seeing the yield still coming down here pretty quick. So just a heads up. No one's going to be trading treasury yields, but they're coming in pretty quick after that CPI print this morning. But anyway, let's get into what's on the watch list this morning. If you haven't done so, we'll talk about everything that is moving around here pre-market after we have a look at the overall market.
60.14, Brendo. That's where we closed out yesterday on the ES December contract. It's an interesting kind of look that we have right now on the future. So we know that 60.50 is that local level of resistance that we got into on the 10th. What is the issue is we're really close to 6,000 right now. So if we give up the ghost at 6,000, there's a bit of a gap between that 6,000 and the next area of support that we have, which is 59.25. So 75 points worth of a gap there. Let's see if we can hold on to 6,000. If we can, we'll range between that until we take out 650.
All right, free stuff coming your way. Go down to the description of this video right now. Top link in the description is for the watch list. All you need is an email address, and you can just have it for free. Because that's how we roll. It has everything you need to know on it in the pre-market sent right to your inbox. This is that chart I was trying to get up here. Here's the 10-year. So that was the CPI print. We're now at 4.378. So it was kind of hanging out at 4.38 there for a second, but looks like we're going to give that up as well. So yields across the board coming in a hurry. Let's talk about Tesla to kick things off here. 2.7% back to the upside after just an absolute this thing was weak yesterday. Even after the close, we ended the day basically on the lows after everything was wrapped up. I was reading through this note on the Cybertruck, just heads up, 2,400 Cybertrucks being recalled. They're going to replace something called the inverter. I was reading here on about 2,400 of them. Somebody complained about propulsion randomly, just no propulsion.
No.
So it's not a huge number, but notable, I guess.
Yeah, this is the issue. It's a fault in the driver inverter, as you mentioned, built for cars, specifically built from November 6th to July 30th of last year, not this year. It's causing a potential loss of torque and propulsion, as you mentioned, when the driver presses the accelerator. This is after the October recall that recalled about 27,000 Cybertrucks because of a delayed rear view camera image. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Separately, obviously, Elon Musk in the news with Vivek Ramaswamy yesterday being assigned to the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE. They've got about till July 4th, 2026 to basically rein in spending, Brendo. We'll have to see how this all works out. Kind of an interesting combination there, the two together.
Definitely. Looking forward to more about that. Did you see this, by the way? GM unveiling yesterday. I saw a picture of this. I should have grabbed one, but I will in a second. 2026 Cadillac Vistique, I want to say. VISTIQ. They're calling it the Mini Escalade.
I like it.
It actually looks really nice. But anyways, it's going to be electric. So possibly going to come into play as far as Tesla is concerned. Nice day though to start here for Tesla, guys.
Looks good.
Yeah.
We are up. We are almost $1 in the money on BTCT. Go. I'm offering. Yes, sir. I'm offering 90s right now. Look at this. Wow.
That's dope.
I mean, that was just thanks you to Tisha and everybody out there that's looking at this stock. Look at Bitcoin. Here goes Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's going. Look, we talked about, we will get to Nvidia or Tesla, whatever we were talking about right there, but this is kind of the same kind of story. Look, oh man, we were again 5 cents away from getting that IBIT. But look at what's happening right now. It's crypto. It's going crazy. There it is. We're going to try to take out, yes, sir, Randy. We're just talking about Tesla, but Bitcoin right now is at 89,000 and trying to break 90,000 coming through 89,560, 89,600 as we continue to go upside there on crypto. Look at this, Randy. We've hit it once, twice, thrice. We popped for sure, I think. For sure, I think. You see?
100 on the
trying to go. Wow, BTCT, Randy. You want some love on this name? Here we go.
Let's
wow,
go.
we are now Pop City on BTCT. Let's bring this money home. I can't have brisket again, my guy, but this is a big trade. We are now like, I don't know, $2 in the money on a $12 name. Here we go. It's a 20% banger on BTCT, the name that will not stop going to the upside right there, BTCT. We have to take something out. We'll get a little piece out there. Oh boy, Obi. Oh boy. Oh boy. And again, I'm here for this. Like, you know, we've added. We'll take it another piece out of 14. We're adding these pieces to the quiver as many times as we can. We're trying to get better. We are getting better, and there it is. Thank you to everybody for bringing that one out to us. Tisha especially there on the chat. It's BTCT time, baby. And there it goes right there to the upside. We brought it to you before all this volume spike. We were talking about it before this volume spike. Wow.
15.
All right. I don't even like. I'm gonna make more on this than I am on Tesla. So go over to Tesla if you can, Obi, because I think I'm gonna start to get some out here on the high side. We still have 50% of this position.
Nice trade there on BTCT there, Sean. Tesla, again, we were talking about this a little bit a little earlier there as well. Strong sell-off coming in as of yesterday. We saw some of the action in the pre-market as well, a little distinctly different than the prior 5 days that we've been running up on Tesla at. So it's like, all right, cool. Now, if this is the backside, some of the levels I want to be watching is that 350 is I guess this pre-market consolidation just underneath that 340 as well. That 336 could be interesting. We're holding above that right now. Pre-market lows at 332s. A lot of levels to kind of work with. Curious to know whether or not this is the backside. We're getting the first red day after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days in a row. Bit of a gap up prior day, and then yesterday we get that bit of a push down. So let's see if we get that continuation, or do we kind of chop sideways for another leg up? Remember, all-time highs are sitting at 414 on this ticker, of course, split adjusted. But let's see, we are definitely starting to wind up for a push there as of the past few weeks. What's going on? Is it past 15 yet? Yo, just hold that.
Just hold that. It's hilarious. Okay. I mean, there we go. I'm offering 76s for some reason. I pushed offer enter when it was up here. Like, this is, give me that. I've never even, like, this is wild stuff. Like, I remember when we were trading DWAC and we were just like, oh boy. This is one of those plays again here. I'm just going to get out. Okay, I just hit offer enter right there. Got another piece out. Okay. Now I'm down to 40% only.
Yes.
So we have 40% of this trade left on board. We've been cashing it out. I don't have any targets for BTCT. This name moved up 300% yesterday. We're in this one again. We're going to start taking. Obi, I'm going to take another piece out. I can't. I have to. Okay. I mean.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Randy. This is the day, man. Okay, we also wrote down, we also tweeted out when we took this. So if you're gonna go follow me here, this is insane. All right, so Tesla, I like it, man. 338 break, 336 is your stop. I mean, Obi just did the work for us. So what the? Okay. Squeezing, that might be what it's doing there, Obi.
A bit of a
squeeze.
squeeze.
Something similar to that. All right, 1625. I'm just going to put out an offer there. If we get that pop, we get that pop. That was just a
question, though. Are you going to hold some for the open? Because this is smelling like a halter.
Did you look at that?
Would you take a look at it?
Would you take a look at that?
Just look at that.
There's some blemishes on this stock here. Thanks, Obi, for sending me that video.
You just got to take a look at it.
What was the question again? I'm a little discombobulated here.
Did you take a look at it?
Yeah, I did. Did you go? The question is, why didn't you take a look at it?
Well, I don't know.
But okay, there it goes. So this is starting to move up. BTCM again, like another one here that could be looked at. I saw some people talking a little bit about this one. This is starting to go up now, just 10%. I have no idea. I'm not trying to be like this is the best trading in the world or anything like that, because this kind of stuff is where you're just trading the momentum. And I mean, we took it, we looked at that break. We sort of even, like we talked about this before we're in this, right? And so there was the 12 break. I even maybe foolishly got out of way too much down into here once we got to 1250, 1260. Really not Not that I didn't believe in it, but I was like, okay, we'll take 50 cents. And then we saw this high right here at 13 bucks again. So we had the couple barrels out right there. And then once it popped through, I mean, we got to take some 14s, some 15s, some 15.50. So next stop, a little bit higher than that. So
100.
We'll 100, yeah, we'll see. If this goes to 100, Obi, then I will be seeing you in a little bit.
No, I mean, I think if that thing can crack 25s, that's definitely poised for. I mean, prior high right there at 17, so it's going right for that 17.
Here we go. Did you look at that?
Prior day high.
I mean,
if it breaks that 17, I think that 20s, 25s are definitely well within range.
17, yeah,
that's yesterday's high.
Okay, so
literally yesterday's high right there. Boom.
I feel pretty comfortable being here in around 16 bucks. All right, we have so much to do right now. Is crypto along? Have we even done that yet? The answer is yes. Let's go back over to the desk.
Yeah, let's go on to Spotify. I mean, we spent enough time here on crypto. Answer absolutely a yes for crypto. Spotify up 9.5%, coming off. Yeah, it was a pretty good report. Yeah, not even a dip here after the close yesterday on this was just straight higher. We're approaching these highs once again on Spotify. There's a ton of analysts all positive this morning on SPOT.
Yeah, it's really the guide here that really had the analysts focused because technically on the top and bottom line, they very, very slight misses, but the Q4 operating income really above estimates. The Q4 monthly active users, guys, 665 million people using this constantly on a monthly basis. About, I believe, 252 million of those are paying customers, Brendo. So good look there. You and I talk about this all the time. And personally, I'm using it more and more and more. I'm using it for the pods. I'm using it for my music. I'm using it for my audiobooks. And I use it for my white noise at night, Brendo. So I'm using it all the time.
252 million premium subscribers, paying subscribers for Spotify. I mean, just staggering numbers again. So yeah, pretty good look there, guys. Back to highs.
We are at 50% up on BT. BTC just hit $20. Like, that's why you might have heard me going a little bit crazy. They're $12 long. We just got a piece out at $20 there. I just put an offer at $28 and at $35 and at the high of the day at $20.50. So hopefully we can just go absolutely nuts right now. You know what, my stop order, we talked about that, was in and around that $11 area. So this right now to be $7 in the money, this feels like a Tesla trade, but it's not. It's BTCT and absolutely Rip City. We're up more right now than we were all day yesterday. It's 9:16. It's one trade. So
the bell hasn't even rung yet.
The bell. There's a couple bells being rung right now. I watched a little bit of
open
that.
Market. What is that?
You know what? I'm not going to. There. I'm going to take another piece out. I just took another piece out there at 19. We're getting lighter and lighter, man. We have about 20% left. Oh my God. Do you see the elevation on this level 2 there? Like, there is absolutely nothing stopping this name. So this is what we're talking about right here. The float is only 2 million shares. 2.5 million. It's already done 10 million. We brought this name to you when it had done 2 million shares. So now this is up now 5x on the share size. This short float cannot be right. No. We're going to wait to see. There's the shares outstanding. There's the float. So we're starting to go to the upside right now. Monster move on BTC Digital. And it's kind of all nice and dandy. But Bitcoin right now is at 89.5 and trying to take that level out as well. Look, this name could completely collapse in. If it does, it does. But at the end of the day, we had a hell of a lot of fun riding this name back up to the top. I don't know. It's going to halt off open. Hopefully it doesn't halt down. Hopefully it halts up. And that's the end of that one. Let's continue to go. I'm at $20.50 right now. Obi, you got to cover Spotify for me.
Yeah, no worries. Again, great trade on that one. It definitely squeezing, and then you were like, that short float. You got to remember that those short float numbers are always delayed by at least a couple of weeks, and you have to kind of use your discretion, being like, okay, what did we do yesterday? Do people normally swing short things like this? Does it look like it's squeezing? All right, so the short float may be a little more than 0.5% there. But no, Spotify definitely on watch today. One of the top names there, pushing once again. I think I'm pretty sure these are all-time highs on a double miss. So it's like they missed on their earnings, they missed on their revenue, but we're still gapping up and pushing past some of these prior highs, and all-time highs trading as of right now 465 from the earnings reaction overnight right there. And again, dropping that anchor down, we're trading above that anchor. That anchor sitting at 452, trading at 458 halves right now on Spotify. So I'll be looking for a potential continuation on this one. Again, market tailwind would definitely help. Again, not necessarily, I guess if we have the market tailwind, makes the trade much, much better there. But yeah, I'll be looking for that 465 push. If we pull back down here, I'm going to ask the same question that I always do. If the bid is real, where will we catch? We got 440s down here and then 448s as well. That same kind of a level where we kind of held in the after hours yesterday after getting that aggressive bid to the upside. So 444s, 445s, give or take a couple points. Those areas I definitely want to be watching here on Spotify earnings day one.
Mm-hmm. All right, SMCI back downside. They're not going to file. Surprise, surprise. 2.5% right now. We are trying to bounce back above 21. It was briefly below, but yeah, not good news here once again for SMCI.
Wish I could report something positive for this name for once, but that's not what they're presenting us with. So here's the deal. Delay is due to unresolved issues with an ongoing internal review of the company's financial records and the reporting process. We already know that Ernst & Young, a large accounting firm that had been handling this, walked away because they couldn't trust any of the financial documents coming from management there. So a bit of a tough look. SMCI must engage a successor accounting firm to conduct a full audit. Otherwise, it's in big trouble, and I think they have to November 15th or 16th to either file the NASDAQ or risk delisting here. So time's running out.
Yeah, I think it was the 15th I saw as well on that. Very active, 2.6 million shares already traded here. One of those days where, just keep in mind, if we zoom out, market's kind of flat, so potential for some weakness coming in. Here's one that's already down 2.3.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, SMCI is...
What stock? SMCI. Yeah, so I wrote down SMCI here. I really like this stock as well to the short side. I mean, for all the reasons as just stated here. I need to stop looking at this BTBT. Well, I just got some more out at 1930s there. So I don't... just to let you guys know, I have an offer at $22, an offer at $28, and an offer at $35.
Yeah.
I mean, if it opens up and halts, I want to be part of that crazy panic where everyone's just punching like crazy, and I can provide some liquidity to somebody.
Yeah, you provide that liquidity,
I'm trying to provide
Sean.
Liquidity.
Let's go.
I'm trying to be that liquidity provider.
Yeah.
Up $10 on a stock, $12 stock. I'm trying to be that guy.
Yeah. Be like, oh, you need to buy? I'll sell some of my inventory to you.
I can't take the smile off my face. Okay. Look, I wrote down 22 bucks. I mean, we couldn't get through there yesterday afternoon. We did spike up there, and then, fell back into the close. So, realistically, you always want to try to start a trade maybe at yesterday's close from today's open. So if we can get up into 2160, 2180, I think that's a possibility. That thing is still not getting too much above 19 right now. But so I like this short. I think it's something that you play off of today. Not filing for a long time, not even giving a date. That can't make people happy. If you're holding the shares, you cannot be happy with that. The 52-week low is 20 bucks. I think we're going to hit that today. And it just looks underneath, right? Underneath the 50, underneath the 200. There's the 200 period moving average. I really like that. So for me, a stop zone is $22.25. So $22.25 right there on SMCI. That's going to be my area. I'm going to put an offer right now at 22 bucks in case we spike up. But this stock, here we go again, trying to break through $19. Like, if there's no one selling this name, then why can't we go even higher? So a little bit worried about this, but we still have, worried about it. We now only have, like I said, we're in at about 20% left. So we did take out another piece up there in the 19 area, but we're still in this name to see if we can get a little bit of a run up. But SMCI, oh boy, I like the stock, and I like it up at 22 for a short.
Yeah, no, we've seen how heavily this thing has been sold off of the catalyst that we had just a few weeks ago, right there on Wednesday, October 30th. Again, strong downtrend. Earnings not really much of a help. We try to bid up after earnings, past couple earnings day 2. But day 3 comes in on earnings, and we continue that fade. That's those sellers kind of coming right back in underneath that $28 level here. Again, I'm watching that 2020. You know what? Might as well throw up an alert right here in front of you guys and keep that one on watch. That 2020, if that comes in about a point away from that, we're gonna be breaking that earnings day 1 low. So you know what? I'm gonna throw up. I can't believe I don't have another anchored on here off of that earnings right there. So yeah, let's see. Look, we've been trading below it. And now let's see, so some resistance potentially at 23s I'm seeing, and then maybe some support at 2020s if we crack that support further push down again on a negative catalyst, bigger picture
Dude, we almost
trade
got
going
22
on
bucks.
here. You got 22s. I'm telling you,
We
man.
almost got
I'm telling
22
you,
bucks.
if that breaks 17 and we
Some
get into the
left.
20s, the probability of 25 might be slightly increasing. If it's a real squeeze, like
Why don't I not just get some out right now? Why am I even waiting for $22?
I mean-
is the question, dude. I'm gonna take a piece out here at 40, if we can get.
You've seen what it can do yesterday.
Oh boy!
It's absolutely crazy.
Bang! There it is.
Let's go.
21.40s. Here comes 22 bucks coming right in. Hot fire right now. This is 100% winner. Right now.
10 points
We're
in the
long
money.
at 12. We're in the money. 10 bucks on a $12 name right now. BTCB, whatever this name is, BTCT is
Who cares
starting
what
to
it's
rip. Starting to rip. I mean, we brought this thing to you a heck of a long time ago. What? What are we going to get here? All right, I'm going to put 24 bucks. Let's go to $24 right now. I'm going to put an offer now at $24. Let's put this one on the damn board right here. I mean, we are in here every single day. You never know. It's not like on my drive-in today, I was like, oh boy, I can't wait to trade BTCT. I'm pumped about this. I mean, this was just a trade that we're in here right now. And there we go again, ladies and gentlemen. There. Okay, $23 coming in. We were just joking about 24, but the joke's not on me because this stock is starting to go. It's starting to get going now. Oh boy.
Where do you say we halt up? We got about 5 minutes left until the open.
I mean, is there even a? I mean,
halt into 25.
Yeah, the stock
open
market's-
above or below 25.
Yeah. Stock market's overrated. You got to play these ones all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Here we go. 22.
Where's the real edge at?
Just playing around. Good out there. I mean, I can't believe we just got to $23 there. I put it randomly. I'm putting these levels randomly up.
Yeah.
Like at some point, we've already banked on this. At some point, we are going to have to try to cash out the rest of this name. But just real quickly here, on that note, we are going to talk about Rivian as well. But Nvidia is at all-time highs right now. So, I mean, this name could break. I like the 150 long. I like all of this. I am here for this right now. But let's go over and do Rivian, and then we'll try to get our wits about us.
We were just talking about the float here, 2.5 million on BTCT. Teeny tiny. Yeah, let's do Rivian real quick here. We'll wrap things up. Trying to bounce off that aftermarket high for Rivian right now. If you missed it after the close yesterday, they consolidate this deal with Volkswagen. More funding coming their way as a result, up 10% here going into the open.
So here it is, guys. They're bumping up the investment from $5 billion to $5.8 billion, so another $800 million there for Rivian. The first VW Volkswagen models using Rivian software and their electric architecture is supposed to come out in 2027. So we'll keep an eye out on that. The increased investment, though, is by VW pulling forward capital and adjusting the deal structure to include an equity investment. They also want to possibly expand, not just in VW cars, but in Audi, Porsche, if it's warranted. The new money that they're getting here from Volkswagen is going to be used to kind of revamp or expand the production capacities of the R2, and they're going to build that out. The Illinois plant, Brendo.
We've probably just got some imbalances coming through here, but just a heads up, SMCI just made a day low there on a volume spike downside, so just sliced through 21 again, now 4% for SMCI on the way to day lows.
Yeah, no.
We're talking about BTCT still. Yeah. But yeah, look, Rivian's on my look today. There's no doubt about Rivian. We only have 2 minutes left right now. So I wrote down buying Rivian back here would be a good trade back at 11.25. So that's where the 200 period is. Now, obviously, the 200 period is adjusted and gotten a little going again. So, you know, that Volkswagen deal is a little bit upsized, right? 5.8 versus 5 billion. So they like that. I think this is a nice little shot in the arm for Rivian. All these companies need money. Obviously, with the rates getting lower as well, that helps out Rivian. I think there's a lot of headwinds now for them. So, sorry, tailwinds for Rivian moving forward. So I like the stock. I think it's worth buying. If you did buy some dip down there at $10, I mean, that was a great trade because Rivian's held $10 numerous times. And it does it one more time right there again. Just real quick here, these are what the imbalances look like. Palantir, like, are you kidding me right now? Palantir breaking, there's so many trades today. I don't want to be just distracted with BTCT, but Rivian, Palantir, Nvidia at highs. Nvidia's a sell and still near highs, so there's the sell-off coming through for Nvidia. The market now breaking a little bit lower, so watch out here. Some of these stocks are going to open up at all-time highs. Like, Nvidia was just there. Nvidia was 10 cents away from all-time highs, and now it just fell a buck. Well, I don't know what it wicked down to there. Trying to break through 149, so down 75 cents right there. Palantir is opening up at all-time highs. Palantir's all-time high closing 62.08. So we just got to 62 and fell back in. Look for a 61.20 dip buy opportunity there for Palantir. But yeah, man, we're getting ready to rock and roll. There's only 1 minute left. Give me an idea you're looking at early here, Obi.
Looking at Rocket Labs, Spotify, again, some of these earnings day one plays. I'm looking at that 150 on Nvidia, and I'm looking for that 336 on Tesla. Let's see what Tesla, kind of action Tesla gives us. Are we going to get lower highs? Do we even break past prior day highs? I have no idea, but Rocket Lab right now holding this pre-market consolidation at 18 and pushing a little bit higher, so we're going to be watching that. Market, though, on a bit of a pullback off of that CPI. Number. So that's all I really have on watch.
I just asked Sharif, what am I supposed to do with this trade on BTCT? He's like, let's put a stop at break even. I'm like, that's $10 from here. Okay, so here we go, man, with only a couple. BTCT is just ripping right now. We're $11 in the money.
Halt up off the open.
Yeah, let's halt
Straight
up.
to 30s.
28 bucks on this. So it should halt immediately off the open. I'd say we're already at 23. 3, 2, 1. Bell sponsored by WorkSport, WKSP. Thank you to WorkSport. And it's for sponsoring there the opening drive with that bell. All right, guys, you know what? I'm going to put a piece out, get a piece out right now. It is going into halt state. I am taking that piece out. I'm going to cancel my 28. We just got another one out there on this halt up. So we take that piece. Now we'll wait to see what BTCT is going to do. We talked about it halting. It's exactly what it's doing, so that's what's going to happen. Bye-bye, halt. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, Nvidia on radar now. Let's switch up this game, guys, because I just can't sit here and watch this. We got to watch other stocks. So here we go. 149, a dip buy right into VWAP. We like the VWAP trade, but it's early. Do not stand in front of a falling knife is what I'm going to try to say, because we've done that numerous times, and then all of a sudden it's bye-bye BTCT profits because I'm getting too carried away with everything. So we'll watch out for Nvidia. Here it comes, marching right back off VWAP again. That's twice it danced around that 148.75 level here, Fabian, for Nvidia coming back in again. So watch out for this one right now. Pretty volatile off the open. That's Nvidia. This is, sorry, I meant to call up Tesla there to see where we are on that one. Neither one of us in position yet on anything yet here off the open. But there's that 336, and guess what level we wrote down? Oh yeah, 336. Okay, we're gonna have to go over there and check that out. I know that was a level that you liked as well.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of focused a little bit here on both.
Bitcoin's breaking 90.
Rocket Lab. Okay, so 90 break on that. So
it's
there's going to be a
right
lot
now.
of pushes on a lot of those crypto-related tickers as well.
I just punched long IBIT.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I'm punched long IBIT right there. We just broke 90. We are now above 90. Fly, little one, fly right now. Can we see a hundy right now? All right, 51.60. I'm going to take out nothing. We want to get a little bit higher than this. 51.65. We'll see if we can get going here on Bitcoin. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Obi, oh boy. We'll get some more out here on this. If we can get some, we'll take it up now. Let's go. 90,380, 90,340. Can we hear 91,000? Yes, we can. Can we hear 92,000? I don't know. All right. Here comes Bitcoin. We're in it on IBIT. Let's go, man. Happy New Year to everybody. It's Christmas early for BTC shareholders. Whatever this stock does, I mean, this thing could drop to 85,000. I mean, this has been a great run there for Bitcoin, well celebrated and well traded on the desk here. So, yeah, hopefully everybody can hit this with us. My out for Bitcoin, 51. If we now take, well, that's going to be where VWAP is anyways. So that's 58.80s or so. So let's do that, 50.89s. This is going to change as we go, but for now, just in case we get that drip, drip, boom, then we'll get out. But here we go. We're going to get some more out on the upside right now. On IBIT, I'm at 67s. I'm in the 70s, and then we'll see where we can go from there. So there's the 67 fill, and then as we wait for BTCT, oh boy, Obi, this has been another morning of, like, what a day again. I don't, this is happening all over the place. You're in your Rocket Lab. Let's go. Let's see if the moon, if that one can literally moon, and we'll hit this one for you, Obi, because let's go Rocket Lab. I'm going to take another piece out here at 70 on IBIT. So there it is. We do that. Now we get those 73s on IBIT, and we start to go. Obi, let's go, baby.
Let's go. It's going to 1970s right now. So pre-market high is at 20.46, 20 halves. So let's see if we can break that $20 mark right there, 1980. So we did pull back into that VWAP area, into 18 halves right before the open, and then we're getting that aggressive push towards those pre-market highs at that $20 level here on Rocket Lab. So let's see if we can give us a little bit of a launch. This thing, again, pushing that 52-week high as of right now. So gonna be a little bit patient for that 20 to come in. Not really seeing too much size. Oh, there is the size on Rocket Labs, about 2,000 lots sitting at that 20 mark. Can we break that? Can we break that size? What is going on, Sean?
Bitcoin and your Bitcoin holdings are right now are loving life. Right now, if you're in Bitcoin, high 91,000. Like honestly, it's there. It broke. It just broke 91,000. A little bit of a pullback right now. 90,900. I just saw 90,700. So we just took some out there at $52. Therefore, like. If this is not one of the most enjoying shows, I don't know. For me, I feel like we're trading all the right names. We're in these, we're active here today. We're in this Ripper. We're in Bitcoin. You've got Rocket Lab. I mean, this has been a show for the ages here so far. And we don't have the huge trade on Nvidia yet. I feel like we can build into that. Nvidia is still trying to break the high. So if Nvidia can break that 149.60, great. Look at that hold down there at 148.60. But the problem is, within the first couple minutes, you see that wick? Like that probably gets you out. That's why it's very, very. Oh my!
What's up? It's going.
What has this man been given a position in the 63,000 here in the Trump administration. What is going on with Palantir? Palantir up 5% and ripping. The market's like, you're an index. That's nice. You're not doing anything. What about Palantir? What about me, says Alex. This stock is just like Rip City right there. Oh man, I'm so smart selling some at $58. Wow, that was a good mistake. All right, Bitcoin now coming back in just a little bit. I'm going to take another small piece off here at 72. And Obi, you're going to have to go because pretty soon.
Yeah, no, this Rocket Labs is pushing up right
way.
into those pre-market highs, only about 20 pennies away from there. So we've been having an aggressive bid right off of the open here, pushing into those 52-week highs. Let's see if we can hold that $20 level, but only about 20 pennies away. Trading at 2020s as of right now here on Rocket Lab. So interesting stuff nonetheless. 2046 again, those pre-market highs might not get there right away, but I'll be packing my patience to see if that level comes in. But that bid was very aggressive off of the open, coming into I guess the first 5 minutes. The first 5-minute candles very, very strong. What's going on, Adara?
RIVN, speaking of strength here, up about 17%. This thing making day highs. This is the 3-minute chart. You can see these pretty strong volume candles here for our first two candles off the open, pushing past that previous resistance of 1175. This one, if you do not remember, announced that it's going to be expanding that joint venture launch with Volkswagen. Previously, it was announced Volkswagen was looking to invest $5 billion in the company. Now this investment and this joint venture officially announced with a $5.8 billion deal, guys. RIVN.
Some Rivian there for sure. And oh boy, Rivian right now. We wrote down 1125. This stock could halt as well, by the way. I don't think there's too much liquidity to do that, but it's in the pocket to do it. All right, so just real quick, IBIT has pulled back. We only got out of about 45, it's like 48% or so of this move, but we are going to try to dip by this into the 50-period moving average as we're giving some back. So that 50 period is 51.25 or so. We'll buy some dips in that. All right, BTCT did open up. It's not going great for us right now because the tap is down to $19. But the good news is, and unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, but Obi was dealing with his Rocket Lab when that opened up.
Oh, it's gone.
Rocket Lab? No. I'm just saying, like, I didn't get to tell people that I did get some out on the halt. So that's what I was going to say. Just that as it was halting, we got some out at 22.50. So it does spike that high up. And then, yeah, not to talk over your Rocket Lab, but there it goes right now for you. So nice little trade there. RKLB starting to go right now. Good look on that one. by the OB. So let's go.
Send it. You in this Wayne? Let's go.
Go over. Wayne's in that in the back there as we continue to watch out for different names. But I'm not going to look at Rocket Lab. You have it. So let's go. Any targets or anything there on RKLB?
Break of trend. I did kind of, I don't know. I had a decent, I guess I had the size. Let's say this. I had the size that I wanted going into the pre-market high break. But when that 20 looked a little bit weak, I literally punched out of all of it there, re-engaged going into the pre-market high break, but with significantly less amount. And now we're all the way almost at 21s, man. All right, so I definitely got to do a little bit better with this one. So I'm going to start piecing off a little bit underneath that 21 as this bid looks like, again, it's still aggressive, doesn't really look any sort of different than it was before. But that 20 mark did a bit of a consolidation, and I kind of, I guess I got a little too spooked on that one there, and dumped pretty much all of my inventory on 2006s, I think I got. So yeah, this thing is sending it. Oh my God, I know for a fact. I hear Wayne in the back. This thing is definitely sending it without any sort of pullback just yet. Absolutely crazy. That little dip, that hold of 18, that push of 19 halves. So you can see all of these entries that I have. And then the 20 break clean, never really looks back past that 20. We're all the way at 21s.
Boom.
Oh boy, the liquidity on this thing, man, absolutely crazy. About 1.5K lots at that 21 mark. Let's see if we can take a little bit more going through this level here. What's going on, Adara?
Another earnings name here, CAVA, Kava. I was just seeing that one pop up on a volume spike, so I pulled up the chart. As you can see here, nice volume since the open. The company beat earnings per share and revenue estimates. They raised their guidance for new store openings and same-store sales growth. Revenue up 17% year over year, and CAVA, of course, up about 18% with a short float of about 11.2%. It's worth noting as well here, I'm seeing Amazon apparently launching its Temu-like discount store here called Hull. So keep an eye on AMZN as well as PDD, some names that could be negatively impacted by that Amazon news. It's also worth noting I'm seeing some comments here on social media that there might be some issues with Robinhood. So if you trade using HOOD, maybe something to be aware of, guys.
Yes, sir. Obi with the big banger right there. Okay, right here, we just saw that we got a move to the downside right now on Palantir, but we punched along through 63. We're out of the money 5 cents. I was going to only give this one probably till about in and around, like, I don't really want to deal with prior bars, but on the 5-minute chart, because we're only 5 minutes in on one, like we're 10 minutes in, but one bar basically there from that open. So I think if we go below 62.80, we could probably chop this. So we'll wait to see. Here it goes. Now it's going back up to the upside, so we like this trade. Why am I looking for downside risk here when Palantir just goes, hey, we're going upside? All right, so let's see if we get something else up there. We'll put another offer in and around that area of 20s or so, in the teens for that. 62.79 or so. We'll stop out here if it does break a little bit lower. Let's see if we get higher here for Palantir. All right, we're waiting for BTCT to open up. It should be very, very soon, I believe, as we get another down halt. The top right now is 20 bucks. So again, it's had those moves up, and this is what we are talking about. We are now getting lighter and lighter. We have about 15% left of BTCT, but decent trade, and we'll wait for that to open up. IBIT is going again. Wow, we did not reload that, but we'll get out. We missed that reload down there at the 50 and at VWAP. But there goes again, 91,000. We were knocking on that heaven's door a little bit, and it looks like we're going to get back to that level very, very soon, and we'll take another piece out as it continues to go up. So yeah, the Palantir, again, we talked about the levels we're looking at. That could easily come out at any moment. So we'll wait to see if that one wants to pop through. But we're going to hold the long. I mean, the market's not even going up. It's actually going down. So if this market can pop, we'll see if IBIT and Palantir want to catch some waves with that trade as well. So just a couple more things we're looking at there. And then Nvidia, I believe, is a long at some point. It's a matter of when, and we just got into that 147. So I'm bidding down there, trying to be patient with 147 on Nvidia.
Yeah, no, just watching this. I guess was this Spotify? Yeah, Spotify is I guess it dipped down to its anchored, pushed back down a little bit further, and then pushing up a little higher right now. But yeah, we'll cover some more of these earnings names after we get back from Adara.
Introducing a new discovery on the NASDAQ, Worksport, ticker WKSP. Worksport is a US-based manufacturer and rapidly expanding, with growing revenues, government contracts, and innovative green energy products designed to power your life off-grid. Whether you're on the move or seeking sustainable energy solutions, Worksport has you covered. Now trading on the NASDAQ under WKSP, discover the future of clean energy with Worksport.
Straight before you were been talking about it.
I gotta do so much better than this.
You know, I mean, yeah, you do gotta do better. We all gotta do better. But at the end of the day, it's like, the thing is we talk about process all the time, Obi, and you talked about it. You said, okay, Rocket Lab is doing this. Yeah. It has this bit underneath it. It has that. It has this. And you're 100% right, and you nailed it. So
I mean, I'm satisfied that I took this. Here's the thing. More often than not, I know that I guess our managers in the back can definitely attest to this. Shout out to Brankles and Wayne. I'm almost always, my complaint is, oh, I didn't have enough.
Right.
Well, I have a similar complaint today. I definitely didn't have enough. But the thing is, I took everything that I planned on taking, which is definitely a significant improvement on that. But yeah, no, this is a 1 minute chart right here on Rocket Labs, and you can see that pullback that comes in right off of the open, 18 and change. And I kind of hesitated to get in right there because I was like, okay, that's a little bit of pressure there. So I pretty much gave up on a point until it basically confirmed, or in my perspective, or my view, I was like, okay, this is confirmed with a decent probability to go higher. So I get involved and I get even more aggressive on the 20. Look at that, 19.5 hold, consolidation break, and then into the 20, into those size getting taken out. Well, it hadn't really gotten taken out just yet. But I was like, okay, this aggression is different than the other taps that we had going into that 20. So I want in now for the 20 break before that 20 gets taken, and that happens. Get more in on 2020s, and then I basically stop out everything at 2006s or 2005, something like that. But the good thing was I had some here. I had the most here, and I had the least here above the 20, and I'm getting stopped out as it pulls back into that 20 mark. But oh boy, did it really blast. Couldn't really get past that size or go into the size at that 21, but I did re-engage into that pre-market high break, or going into that pre-market high break at that 2040s. Again, it is a 52-week breakout here, technical and also fundamental, because today is earnings day one, but a little bit of a slowdown, a significant slowdown on the tape. That aggression on the bid no longer was there, and I saw that, and I'm like, all right, peace. I'm gone underneath the 21s. Can we re-engage? Sure, that's still holding that 2020 mark and pushing a little bit higher sideways consolidation on this name right here. But yeah, no, man, that Palantir trade, I see that you're in it at that 63s, but we were talking about this in the pre-market. I was like, if we crack that 62, this can really send it, and I'm not even looking at it right here. So look at that Palantir. Again, are these are all-time highs on Palantir?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, these are okay. So an all-time high break, right? So all-time high break, past prior day highs at that 62. Interestingly enough, you have a lot of confluence for that 62 break, because since that volume comes in at 8:30 off of the CPI, we consolidate, we hold higher at 61.20s, consolidate underneath prior day's highs at 62s right there, pre-market high being right there at 61.95, coming in off of the open. We'll go down to a 1 minute. The initial minute comes in, drops down to this consolidation low, gives us a bit of a lick grab, and then the second minute candle, absolutely crazy, blast through that 62. Within a few minutes, I guess, did this print 63s? Yeah, it did, 63.01s. Within the first 5 minute candle, you print 63.01s off of a 62 break. So it gave you a full point. Now I know Palantir definitely has the liquidity to kind of take almost out, well, not everything that you throw at it, but a decent chunk you can be thrown at it on that 62 break, and it'll eat it up for breakfast on the opening 5 minute candle there. Yeah, let's see if that Palantir continues to the upside. Consolidation here on our Rocket Labs looking good. Still has not broken back below that 20. So if you got in early and you're sitting pretty with an average below that 20, I don't think there's any significant reasons there to kind of let go of this trade as we consolidate a little bit higher here. So we can definitely push through that 21. Again, not that much size, sitting at that 21 mark. Let me pull it up here on my book to see if I can kind of see it. Yeah, about, I guess maybe 1,500 lots visible, maybe 500 more on a spoofy man that keeps coming and going right there. Here it comes right here. Once again, let me throw on that size filter for you guys so you can see it at the same time. 21, boom, straight through like butter. Oh boy, the launch on this one off the open, Sean.
It's launching.
Absolutely wild.
It's a launcher.
Absolutely wild. Still going. Still going. That's how you know it's a decent trade, where you've gone out, but it still keeps on going. So talk about the meat of the move, but I don't know about the meat. I might have just caught some buns here. Haven't really bitten into the full sandwich just yet. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this one. What's up, Adara?
There, yeah.
To be wary here of JTAI, it's worth noting the volume on this pretty light. It's around 40,000 shares so far in the day, but I wanted to bring this one up because it's run in the past. It has a 55% short float and currently halted here. Apparently, the company's board has approved a $2 million share repurchase program through 2025. They also withdrew their S1 registration because they're apparently shifting their strategic focus, and they actually don't think they'll be able or they'll need to have this offering here in order to maintain NASDAQ compliance. So basically, JTAI here, expecting easier than expected NASDAQ compliance and approving this $2 million share repurchase program. Again, 55% short float, currently seeing a theoretical auction price of $8.15, guys.
Yeah, this is.
Don't give me a heart attack, bro.
Because
before he says Canadian, he's like, Bitcoin's 126,000. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Canadian.
You'd hear
CAD.
You'd hear me.
I mean, we don't care about what it is in CAD.
So Palantir just fell through there. We got out at that 62.80 mark, but we were able to, I mean, you were just talking about it a little bit there. We were able to get out as it was breaking those highs. So we didn't hold a whole bunch left, but there goes Palantir back to the downside right there, about half-half. So we'll pretty much be washed on that trade, which kind of sucks because it was going and we did have a decent position, but not a huge one. We didn't want to give back what we had made over here. And I don't, sometimes you get these big, we talk about having the big mornings and things like that. And, you know, Shreve might be right there about that $10 stop. But since then, we've gotten some out right there at 24.25. Then we got another piece out there at 22.75. And then we got another piece out right there at $20.80, to which point right now we are holding 10% left. So we have 10% left of this trade. Obviously, it's going to be a good one. I mean, if we really get low, we're going to have to start getting something out here off the reopen. Looks like it's going to be 17.50. So, I mean, if you told me 17.50 before, we'd be happy with it. So we'll be happy with 17.50 now, but we're going to have to wait to see where it opens and if we're even able to get that price. So right now, that's what I'm looking at here with our friend BTCT, about to open up, I think, in just under a minute. So we'll trade that and see if we're able to get something going on over there. IBIT still at its highs. We took some out in and around this area again. So it's still just doing its own little dance right now. But, you know, happy with it. Good move. We're at 91 right now. We're going to take that out and get a little bit higher. So again, really, really like that one. Here comes Nvidia back in again. So this is going to be a level that I'm going to take. Although, you know what? Look at this market. We're going to try to respect 147, and that's about it on this name. So 147 coming in now. Oops, it was the 200 period. You can probably, let me just zoom this out right there. So 147, we'll see if it can hold that level. But 147 coming into play here, potentially on Nvidia. What's up, Adara?
Sustained volume and a sustained uptrend since the open for Snowflake, SNOW, up about 5% here. Interestingly enough, I couldn't find a specific catalyst for this move. I know it's been getting a bit of traction lately, but it's worth noting this morning we had Jim Cramer saying he does not recommend the stock on CNBC. So we've heard before about the inverse Cramer move. Interesting to note here. But it's also here worth noting we actually apparently had U.S. prosecutors identifying the hackers behind that AT&T breach in July. These hackers did get into the Snowflake system. So seemingly negative catalyst for SNOW, but this one making days highs as we speak, about a 3.8% short float, and they report earnings next Wednesday at the same time as Nvidia, guys.
All right, we got out some more BTCT because it came up, and we just got some 19s there, believe it or not, again. So we got some great fill. I mean, it's at 19 now, so it's easy to believe. But as we go there, more and more out, getting less and less exposure to this name. Great trade. I mean, one of my best trades of the month for sure, P&L-wise. That is for sure. But you know what's been really making the P&L dance a little bit recently has been Bitcoin. I mean, there it is, man. 52.14. Let's go. Bang, 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 bang. We had it written down here as a long, and obviously we're going to be long on this name as there goes Bitcoin right now, trying to take out new highs, obviously. 91.5. There's 91.4, 91.5. It's right here, 91. Look at this. Let's see what else is going on here. Did you look at that? Nice move to the upside right there as we'll refresh. Now I probably won't be able to stop saying that. Bitcoin, so it's higher than this. So this is delayed right now. What else is trying to move around? Solana, 215 right now. Dogecoin, 42 cents.
Let's go.
42 cents.
Let's go.
Wait till Elon goes back on SNL, then we can get out at $1.
My largest crypto position.
Your largest crypto position. Wow, okay. You must have really liked that one. So congratulations to the Obi Kenobi there with a little bit of prediction, taking that one long. All right, 52.20s. We'll take more out right now. And oh boy, BTC making that move one more time.
Oh,
hey,
man.
let's just offer $23 again.
It's
Maybe
hitting
we
all
get
those
it.
halt bands, man.
So this time maybe it looks like it's going to halt again right now. Nope, there it goes.
Those
Goes up
halt
back.
bands make that price action dance.
I like that. You got those bands going through here, Obi.
Bands.
Keep them for the club. But do we have a Dara we're throwing to? All right.
Yeah, another news story here, guys. Be aware of FYBR up about 2.5% here with nice volume and making new day's highs with increasing volume here. Wall Street Journal reporting that Verizon or VZ, it's set to take over the company. Initially here, there was some skepticism that this deal would not be able to go through because shareholders thought the deal was too low. But now apparently Verizon actually set to have this deal go through, taking over FYBR in a $9.6 billion acquisition, guys. FYBR strongly to the upside.
Essentially coming back.
Like market, so NASDAQ go down, Bitcoin go boom. So, I mean, this is like an inverse relationship here with Bitcoin, but I like a lot right now as Bitcoin trying to make that sing through the upside right now. We're taking more out, man. I'm just taking as much out. I'm not taking as much out as I can, but I'm taking out something as we continue to go a little bit higher now on BTC. So Palantir, we're trying to buy that as well. There's IBIT right now, nice little top action. We're back into Palantir is really all that I have to say. And then BTCT is now halted again to the upside as we've talked about. So now we're average into Palantir. A break of 62.50, a little bit lower than that, we're gone. Let's see if it wants to work a little bit back upside now on PLTR.
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of watching and waiting. Where is the next trade? We're trading back below that 21 mark on Rocket Labs, but still well within trend here. As you can see, again, back on the 3-minute chart here. I don't really like messing with the 1 minute too much in terms of like just assessing and observing. But that 21 coming up with some size right there, a few hundred lots showing up on that 21. You can see that Tesla as well, maybe pulling back into that 336. So I should get my eyes on that one there. Spotify, did you do what I was looking for off of the open? I don't think so. So I guess maybe a little bit there, but didn't really quite break its pre-market highs just too well. That opening range low, what do you got for me? Opening range low is 448.69. Heyo. On Spotify, so that anchored VWAP was sitting at 451. So yeah, we did kind of violate that quite aggressively, but maybe about 2 points before we reclaimed and then intraday VWAP as well. But can't really have that push. Again, distinctly different action than we saw on Rocket Lab. So again, Spotify is the one at all-time highs. So let's see, maybe we're poised for a little bit of a chop and churn on this one. Something to note though is the market has pretty much given back everything that we pushed up on off of CPI, and here comes some aggressive sell. Oh boy, okay, so there is 2,000 lots chasing down on the ask now on Rocket Lab. So interesting enough. We got a chaser, boys. All right, so let's see what Buddy here is going for. So that's
like
weird. Yeah, no, I know. If somebody's chasing down with some size, I definitely want to see what's going on there. So again, at an odd price, 20.55s, Buddy was sitting at. So let's see if we trade a little bit lower there. Because I don't know who it is. It could be an algo, it could be something, but at the same time,
sounds like it's a friend of yours,
buddy.
Buddy there. Yeah. So of course we are just trading what we see here, and I want to thank everybody for joining us one more time. As the party is just kind of getting started here. It's only 9:56, and oh boy, did we just put one on again on Palantir. So we got this one going through now. Pretty happy with the performance there today on Palantir. We kind of flatted it out. We talked about that, but then there's the push back into VWAP, and Obi and I were like, okay, oh wow. Okay, BTCT's tap now is $25. We're tapping up to the high of the, we're trying to tap that. Up to the high right now on that. So we're going to see where it goes. We have a 28 offer right now on BTCT with a 24.72. So I'm going to look foolish we were just getting out pieces here, basically like 2 or 3% every time. So right now we have that 10% left, or actually a little bit less than 8% left as we got some more out there. We'll see if we can get something back upside now in and around 25. If it opens up there, that's where we're going. And oh man, where are we even going on PLTR right now? Get some more outs at 98. There it is. This is now a 50-cent banger right here. We're not going to have any red stocks today, Obi. So So far so good. I know you've only done Rocket Lab, right?
I've only taken the one
so
trade,
perfect.
yeah.
That's all that you need to do, my guy, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, there's the tap. It's come a lot in now for BTCT. So it just came into 21.40 again. So that's roughly the closing price. So we got excited there at about a potential 25 tap. But again, theoretical auction price is going to give us an idea of where we're opening. And right now it's saying that we're going to open where it closed. So okay, we kind of want to get something out on the open anyways. So if that can fill us in somewhere, then we will gladly take that on BTCT. But yeah, man, the casino's open today, that's for sure. We still have 50%. Let's get that down, or 55%. Let's get that down to 50% now. Punch out a little bit more there on Palantir. So there it is. Now we'll get back up to the upside, and we'll put some more offers a little bit higher. Okay, here we go. Nice move now. Breaking through 63 right now on Palantir. For a big trade alert right there as well. Almost $1 in the money on our friend IBIT as that's going as well. Crypto now high 92,000. BTCT resumes. We got a piece out there at 21s. So it resumed up. It did a little dip. Now we're starting to go back up to the upside. I mean, now we can might as well hold it, I guess. It does hit 20. The high is about 25 bucks right there. We just keep getting out on all of these halts. So, for now it's okay. We'll wait to see if it does eventually blast higher. Pretty comfortable now holding it. We are under and at about that 5% left right now on BTCT. So that was a good trade there. Palantir trying to go higher, man. I mean, we nailed that. The Palantir trade is really a trade because, I mean, it's a good one there. Waiting for that reload and then grabbing it, for me, that was good. Anyways, that's just trying to give you guys an idea of what I'm looking for all over the place. I guess we can cancel some of our IBIT bids because those aren't going to fill. Let's just worry about getting out of some of these offers right now. So IBIT, nice move to the upside right there. What is Nvidia doing? I mean, there's Bitcoin. You can see at the bottom. I'm always going to have crypto up for you, especially with what's been happening. Nvidia goes down into 147.50 again, but we did not take that trade. We're waiting for a little bit lower into 147 because the market's still low here. Although it's just 10 o'clock, the market is, red. Low. I don't know. I have to look at the ES maybe, which should be the next thing we look at. But for right now, I'm just going to hold this crypto trade and hold Palantir and then just watch to see what happens here with BTCT. If there's any other names, man, we're probably missing a whole bunch. I want to look at Home Depot for a longer term.
Oh, yeah. What happened to that?
Yeah, no idea what happened to that. And then wanted to have a look, too, at Spotify. But I know that's a name that maybe you were potentially looking at.
Yeah, no, we were looking for that. And I don't know. I'm just watching this Rocket Lab pull back into this anchored sitting at 19 halves right now. So that we did get some aggressive selling, distinctly different tape there. We got some chasers on the book as well. Buddy did get filled at 20 halves. 2055s after chasing down a little bit there, and he got slapped all in one or a couple orders there at that 2055. So yeah, nice reason to sell, especially if you have somebody that's being like, okay, I'm trying to sell, and the bid is kind of running away from them. Finally comes in, grabs him, and then maybe washes that level a little bit there for a greater pullback in. So we're below intraday VWAP. Here comes anchored right here, 19 halves. So let's take a quick look at this one. Are we going to hold? There's some size there on the bid, on the NASDAQ book right there. 600 lots get taken out like it's butter. Again, we've been trading a lot more size. We've been cutting through a lot larger size as well. So let's see if we catch a bit of a bid in and around some of these levels here at 19 halves on Rocket Labs. But that thing absolutely wild off of the open. That launch was massive, but let's see if we can catch the rocket here on anchored as of right now. I think I missed whatever that was in my ear, but I think it's happening now with Adara.
Perfect.
Lots of excitement today in the market. We have tons of day one earnings moves. Crypto making new all-time high, back again above that $90,000 level. It's a pretty interesting morning as well for economic data. All the CPI prints this morning came in exactly in line with expectations, but that's not all. We have tons of Fed speakers today. Fed's Kashkari spoke right at 8:30. New comments from Fed's Williams and Fed's Logan, and at 1 p.m., we'll get a couple more Feds coming through. Fed's Logan making some interesting comments here on the economic policy, saying that economic activity is resilient, and making some comments on labor, which we know has been an area the Feds have really been looking at, saying, though, that a rise in bond yields, if this continues, could mean that the Fed needs a less restrictive policy. So keep an eye on those bonds, I guess. S&P 500 slightly outperforming that cues, but they're both are basically flat, slightly down in the day. Now we're going to take a look here at META, down about 1%. A couple of different reports here that their FTC antitrust suit will go through, basically alleging that Meta overpaid intentionally for Instagram and WhatsApp to keep its social media monopoly, though apparently Meta has had some of these claims dismissed. So this one trying to find a bit of a base here around 575. Then we have Spotify, SPOT, one of the aforementioned earnings names from today, up about 7% here, missing on sales, beating on EPS, and getting a couple mixed analyst notes this morning. Then last but not least, TSLA has been on watch always, but especially since the election. Now we have Donald Trump announcing this Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, is going to have Elon Musk at the helm alongside Vivek Ramaswamy. Also, make sure here to check out our sponsors. Thank you very much to Firefly Neuroscience for sponsoring this portion of the show. Firefly Neuroscience has taken a bold step in advancing brain health technology. In collaboration with Bright Minds Biosciences, Firefly's innovative AI-powered platform has successfully analyzed data from a groundbreaking phase 1 clinical trial using advanced EEG technology to track brain activity. This data unlocks new potential in treating neurological and mental disorders, reinforcing Firefly's position at the forefront of brain health innovation. As they prepare for phase 2, this partnership signals exciting developments for the future of neuropsychiatric treatments. Firefly Neuroscience, shaping the future of brain health.
Right, we're about to get into Nvidia. So Palantir, for some reason, just crapped all over itself. We will be up on Palantir, but we got out at that breaking spot like we had mentioned we wanted to do before. So good little level there, but the market is coming back in. We did buy some Nvidia down here.
Oh my God.
We'll get out a 5% if we can for 10 cents, and then wait to see if we can get something out. You might be right about this reversion coming through, but we like 147 on Nvidia. We'd sort of talked about that level there, so we'll hold it. That's really 147.12. So, you know, oh gosh, nice move up right there again for that trade. Okay, good for us right there. Oh shoot, BTCT was just halting a little bit lower there, but it's okay. No problem on that one because right now my eyes are focused on Nvidia. Good little dip buy opportunity there. We just offered 80s. It looks like it missed us up there. So we did get a piece out at 60s, so that was good. So right there, a quick little 25-cent banger right there on Nvidia. That Palantir was really like spooky there because we started ripping again. We look at all these outs at 63. I mean, we talked about that yesterday, this level, right? So it was 60, yesterday was $60 it kept on bouncing off of. Today that 63 came into play. So we just hit that, man. There's a bunch of outs right there. We will get the rest out for flat on the VWAP break. And it actually turns out okay for us. So we're up on Palantir, but definitely not up as much as we could have been if we had somehow anticipated that drop and got them all out on the upside there. All right, we only have about 20% left, if that, on IBIT. IBIT's coming in into 51.50. I should have had a bid there. It looks like it might have just got canceled. So I'm going to go back over and put that bid back in there on IBIT as we started getting some out. So it's actually bouncing right now. Let's put on a piece here at 75, and then the bigger one up at or near in and around that 51.50. So we're just bouncing now off 60s to 70s. So we'll take a 70. We'll take a 75 fill right here if we can get that, and then we'll wait for 51.50 to break, and if it does, then I almost think of like this 51.30 as our stop zone there for IBIT. So let's do that right now, just in case it does. We always have to have stops in. Oops, I just put 31.50. We always have to have our stops in because of what just happened to us on Palantir. So hold on, slow down, Sean. 51.29s. All right, so there we go. We're getting out of 100% if it breaks. Because if you don't have that stop, it's just kind of like what we're doing right now with Nvidia, as it's trying to get a little bit lower. So we have a stop now at 146.75 break, as we want to give this one a little bit of room. So we'll buy a little bit back here on Nvidia, but it is falling really in now as the market breaking through that 21,000. So not the most gorgeous looking trade here on NVDA, as it doesn't look like it wants to hold that 147. I am offering some out here at 95s. There we go. We take a little bit out. We're only out right now 5 cents. Hopefully this can rip back up to the upside. Well worth the risk here, in my opinion anyways. Okay, here we go. On Nvidia, let's get some out here if we can. Sub, okay, 147.03 right there. We'll take some out. Not a big trade, but the market is trying to lose 21.1. So there it is. It does lose it. I think the risk is still fine for this trade, but this could be our first L now on NVDA. So we're going to wait to see what winds up happening there. Everything else, cool. BTCT does. Again, we get that 21, so we say we're about 5% left. Obviously, this one's looking lower and lower and lower. There goes Nvidia, just about to break those lows right now. Good thing, there we go. Good thing we were able to get something out, but we'll have to flush ourselves down the toilet for the first L. right there, Nvidia. We tried it again, L, as the market goes lower here, Obi. We got to switch our thoughts and start to think about some shorts, I believe. And of course, Nvidia bounces, but...
This market's going absolutely nuts here to the downside. We broke back below that, again, CPI reference prices. I'm looking at a lot of these baskets here. Everything pretty much selling off, except for Apple, interestingly, actually catching a bid here. Nvidia selling off, Amazon selling off, Alphabet near day lows. We saw how strong that one was yesterday. Sofi selling off as well, back at 418s. So that strength from yesterday, we're giving most of that back as of right now. Spider actually almost attempted to break prior days highs in the pre-market. Got pretty close. We did get past that end of day consolidation up at 598. But retracing everything back down right here. And I'm also watching this MSTR, absolutely crazy. This thing has pulled back a lot more than some of these other crypto names there, Sean. So you can see right here, where's my crypto basket? Okay, so boom, right here. So yeah, so I guess Mara has pulled back a little bit. IBIT has not pulled back as much. Coinbase a little bit to the downside right there, printing low a day right here. But MSTR, what a pullback right there. Absolutely crazy. Beautiful reversion of that morning momentum, and I don't have a piece of that at all. So let's see. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to look for the next trade. Maybe there's reversions of the reversion coming in for a bit of a chop.
There's reversions of the reversions, and I'm reverting out of here because that's a lot of reversion.
That's a lot of reversion, but sometimes you get that reverse inception, right? And you get a range. Low on Nvidia. Eh? Okay.
No, I made it.
Okay, so
thank you very much. So we'll be in the record books here today as maybe the low of the day, right there. We got out on that breakthrough 146.75 or whatever that was right there. We get out. That's on a 70 break, so it's fine for us. But then we just bought it right back up there on a 147 breakthrough. So yeah, we did that. And now we just got some more out in the 20s there. So we'll make a little bit back. I always feel bad when we make some. I don't feel bad, but like when we make it back, it's kind of like, I wish we hadn't lost it in the first place, of course. So that's what we're doing right there on Nvidia. We'll look to see if there's going to be a higher take now, especially if the market does want to bounce a little bit. We'll look for it. All right, this is now back open. I'm just going to take a fill here at 1771s if we can get it. There we go. So we'll take an out here as it just bounces off VWAP back up to 18. So we are getting lighter and lighter, obviously, on this position as we continue to look for maybe that crazy break higher. Again, don't know if that's going to exist here or not on BTCT. So we're going to watch out for that. Here goes Nvidia, maybe trying to get back up to the upside. We'll take another out here as we continue to climb higher, just by a little bit though. We'll watch out for Nvidia right now, trying to get above this. I guess I don't know if this is a wall or not, but 147.50 would be real nice. Damn it! Like we're making this back, but we had more shares down there, and we didn't need to make this much money on the position that we had. Like this many pennies, I mean. All right.
Money.
It's backing up.
It's like the most unsatisfying trade of all time. I'm not crying. I got something in my eye there. But yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that disappointing.
Bro.
It's just no. I realized. I think when I did that, I got some of the. Put that powder on there. I think I got something stuck in the old eyelash there or something. But there it is, man. So there's 147.50. We'll tap out a little bit to the upside. We're out of now 40% of this trade. I'm going to get a little bit more now at 45s. There you go. Out now almost 50% of this trade. But, man, making the bottom in something really sucks, dude. What? Where was my IBIT? Oh, yeah. I thought I was bidding. Was I not bidding this? Okay.
Oh, IBIT. Yeah.
I thought I said I'm putting a bid down there. All right. Let's go back over to IBIT. We have to put a bid down there at VWAP. That's really a shame that we missed that. All right, 51.50s. I honestly thought I did it, so I don't know. I must have canceled all my orders there or something. But there goes IBIT right back up there to the upside. Look, whenever we get a nice little bounce like that, we should take something out. So let's take something out here if we can. 07. So there it is. Nice bounce off. I still got that. Nice bounce off VWAP right there. Backs him out at 52. What a day it's been. I mean, look, we miss our guy Neil here for sure every day, right? But I want to say a big thank you to you, Obi. I mean, I think you're really putting out here today and throwing out some great ideas. So big shout outs. Put some ones up there in the chat for. Oh, well, thank you, Obi. Let's put some solid trades. Yeah, some decent.
Yeah, I
ones.
mean, that IBIT was probably one of the top trades of the day.
The
In pre-market,
IBIT one
just
is
like
nice.
just a
I mean,
quick
there was that
squeeze, right?
BTCT one that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. BTCT is what I meant.
Yeah. IBIT's aight. IBIT's aight. We'll wait to see if we can get a little bit more on IBIT, of course. IBIT's actually a really good trade. You're right about that one. But yeah, we want to thank you for coming through again. And every single day, we get to have Obi here is always a good one. So great trade there on Rocket Lab and great description on what you were looking for with that one as well. So, all right, back into the 50 area, and I'm going to throw it back over to Obi in 1 second. Just letting you know that I'm getting some more out here at 55 on the most upsetting nice win that I've had in a while there because of that bottom take on Nvidia. All right, Obi, what are you looking at?
No, I'm just kind of getting back involved here in this Rocket Lab as it holds its VWAP area and maybe tries to find a bit of a base. We are breaking that downtrend as of right now that we had all the way back into that VWAP. So again, like I said, the reversion of the reversion. So we had the run up in the morning, and then we reverted that all the way back down to anchored. And then now let's see if we can revert that reversion back up as a bit of support. That 20 mark acting as a bit of resistance here. We are underneath that 8 moving average, but I think that if we can reclaim that, the reclaim of that 8 or 9 moving average is definitely an interesting look here on the day. So let's see if some of these bars hold up and we get that little push to the upside here. Again, pre-market highs were at 46s, and then we saw that size chasing down as well, about 2,000 lots at 20 halves, and then all of it gets filled. So interesting stuff nonetheless. But that 20 mark as of right now acting as a bit of resistance. We got to get past this if this trade is going to be any good. And if not, that's perfectly fine. We just give it back to the lows and go for the next trade, right? The market's catching a bit of a bounce here as well, so that's definitely helping us out a little bit for the long. Always that market tailwind's always nice to have right here. 2010s now printing. Again, that moving average sitting at 2002s, 2003s. Again, a little changing as that volume and that price continues to move and shuffle around. So I'm curious about that 20 halves to see if sellers kind of come back in and around that 20 halves, if we can hold that 20 with any sort of distinction as of right now. But again, my average is not the best. I got to be in at 19 halves for this one. I'm in at 1979. So not the greatest entry, but again, the trade is the trade. And let's see if it'll come into fruition here on Rocket Labs. Again, okay, so that 15-minute candle giving us a nice strong wick off of that anchored VWAP as of right now. So let's see if that 20 holds. So we've gotten one factor of confluence. Let's see if we can get multiple factors of confluence stacking for this long idea here as we hold this $20 mark on Rocket Labs. I'm not really watching too much else as of right now. Kind of want to focus on this tape here as again, this tape has been a bit aggressive. Pretty nice. I was just talking to Wayne about this, and I was like, if anyone's recording this Rocket Labs tape on the day today, this is A+ tape, in my opinion. Very, very distinctive on the bid up, on the sell-off, on the holds, on the reserves, on the size getting taken out, on the aggression that's pushing up into the size, giving you a hint at probability of breaking that as well. So a lot of good stuff happening here. A lot of opportunities across the board. Oh boy. What's going on, Adara?
We have JBLU to the upside. These are 15-minute candles here. If you've seen the volume, pretty strong, though slightly lower. All these volume candles are over 1 million shares. Nice push upside. JetBlue, not seeing any specific catalyst for this ticker, but from what I'm seeing, it could be a bit of a sympathy or antipathy play for what's going on with Spirit Airlines. If you're not aware, JetBlue and Spirit were supposed to have this merger where JetBlue was set to acquire Spirit Airlines. That was not allowed to go through. So it looks like as Spirit seems closer and closer to bankruptcy, JetBlue having a bit of a relief rally with a 15.5% short float, looking to see if there's any other catalyst for this move, guys.
Thank you, Adara, for that one, and a quick little look there. So IBIT, just to talk about Bitcoin a little bit. So we got some more out here as we started to bump up a little bit higher there. I want to look at XPI. I forgot to buy some of this yesterday. We've had some bad news in the last couple of days about, we had AbbVie miss, we had BMY go to the upside and then fade back a little bit there. We had Amgen over the last little while miss as well. So I think XPI is primed to get a little bit more in. So yesterday we did sell some Google. What is Google doing today? I was debating just trying to get into some more indexes to be, whoa. Okay, no, everything's fine. I just, we sold yesterday at 180 and change, and I thought it was like, whoa, yesterday at the close, we went up to 182, but Google's pulling back in, so looks to be maybe a decent sell there, but Google, wow, was not expecting to see this when we called up Google here right now. Just real quickly, so I am gonna look at that, but 180 looks like a really good spot now for Google into the short, man, underneath, so that would put us basically at view up. We are now underneath everything. Definitely liking that one. You also said another big cap name that drew to my attention when you had mentioned Apple. Yep. Thank you by that beautiful gate for the comment there on BTCT there as well. But Apple also trying to pull back in a little bit off view up. This doesn't look actually as good of a short to me as Google does because we're still hovering all around. Look, we get a lot of questions about how Trade the Pool works. So I'm going to tell you about that right now. First, many people ask about how the evaluation and what's involved. You choose the evaluation according to the account size that you like to manage, from 20,000 to over 260,000 in buying power. Once you meet this profit target, you become a funded trader, and then you start to trade with Trade the Pool's capital. What about shorting penny stocks? Well, I don't want to short BTCT today, but you could trade any of the 12,000 symbols with no hard-to-borrow fees. And you guys trading real shares, not CFDs. And yes, that's it. Welcome all traders from around the globe and all over the world who want to be a part of the trading revolution. Join it and visit tradethepool.com and see why and how they are changing the game. Make sure you scan that QR code right there for your 20% off. So we want to thank Trade the Pool for sponsoring us here. Of course, we are with Real Trading, but not available in the United States. So scan that QR code immediately and see what's going on with Trade the Pool. We want to thank Mitch for showing up the last couple Tuesdays, I believe, helping us and giving us some insights there on what traders are trading and whatnot. Okay, Nvidia is still doing its dance. Look, I'm just going to let IBIT fly. I don't really have any outs for it. Let's just see it go higher. I don't even want to talk about it. So that's IBIT for now. And then NVDA, again, it's continuously moving higher here into the 30s. I think this is worthy of an out. So we're putting an offer. There we go. We get that 38 level right there on IBIT. So on IBIT, on Nvidia. So we'll hold on to that one. We are trying to get a little more short if we're able to into the price target area. Sorry, not more short, more long into 147. If it does break below, then we're gone. So we're going to wait to see what happens now with Nvidia breaking below that low of the day that we made of 146.60. Until then, we'll just stay right here and see what happens. But we're flying, man. BTCT is now back to the upside after bouncing off VWAP. Maybe this thing wants to act like a stock now and trade off VWAP, which would be nice. And if that is true, then I could see 21 again. I could see 23 again. I mean, I don't want to call the moon or anything like that, but I mean, we just held VWAP. Why did it do that? There seems to be some kind of buyers here. This, again, over 2 million shares with the float. I think it's 2.4 million or so. We've already done 20 million shares today. So a very, very aggressive name, needless to say here, is BTCT upside right there. I said I wouldn't look at IBIT, but I am going to now. I'm going to take a little bit off of IBIT right now at 22. Let's do that. And then, by the way, you know what else is flying right now as if it's out of control is NVIDIA. So nice little move there. We'll get some more outs in the 50s. Oh, boy, Obi. What a great day it's been one more time here. You're back into Rocket Lab.
Another point on Rocket Lab off of that anchored, man. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I did not take as much as I did on that initial trade on this one, but you know what? It is what it is. What's the next trade? Yeah, maybe we'll find out with Adara with small cap recap.
I don't know where Randy.
Thank you for the transition there, Obi. Yeah, we have IWM here actually outperforming the S&P 500 and the Qs, both of which are marginally down on the day. Russell 2000 actually up on the day about 0.5%. It's interesting, if you see yesterday on that 15-minute chart, bouncing nicely off 240. As of today, we're rejecting 240 with a lower high. So that 240 level and 242 is overhead resistance, still pretty pivotal for that Russell 2000. We're going to start here with a couple of small cap earnings names. Microvast Holdings here, MVST up over 300% here, but finding maybe a bit of an area of resistance. This is a penny stock here, beating EPS and sales estimates with an 8% short float. Then we have HNST. This is the honest company. Much like Microvast, they did report earnings last night and beat expectations. Northland Capital actually raising their price targets for the stock. And last but not least, we have KXIN, Keixen Holdings. This one was actually on our watch list this morning, basically announcing that they received this letter saying they've regained NASDAQ compliance with regards to its minimum bid price requirement. So good look for KXIN, which also has about an 8% short float, guys.
Thank you very much.
Tell me all about Rocket Lab here. We're going to look at
14.30 million average daily volume on a 30-day period. Today we've done about 45 million shares traded on Rocket Labs. Now again, day one earnings. Oh boy, 52-week breakout.
Yeah, no, exciting movements all over.
Double miss though. Not so.
Double miss?
Double miss.
On Rocket Labs?
On Rocket Labs. Actually, no, sorry.
No.
Only
one and
one.
Yeah, it wasn't the double beat. Is that you were telling me? Remember, you were so excited.
I was like, double beats have been doing nice, and I'm like, apparently it doesn't matter.
Not a double beat.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't matter. All that matters is you can get your earnings report out on time. Save.
Oh
cough,
yeah,
cough.
what that? Go ahead. Keep talking.
Let's see what Save is up to. Save or SMCI. Yeah.
You wrote down SMCI.
Here comes 21 again, dude. Absolutely wild here. I don't know why I'm selling at every price. I just got to hold on until that pattern breaks, until that bid really dissipates. And that bid definitely picked up at that 20, I guess that 19 half area here. I did get in initially, stop out for break even, because why? I'm not on the right side of the V. And then I feel much better with it on the right side. Get in a little bit more, but definitely not enough. Definitely nowhere near what I had off of the opening drive there. Now I don't know if the opening drive trade I should be more size, or that pullback, consolidation, or hold should be more size for the continuation move. But 21's coming back in. Did we print that 21 just now? High a candle, 21.09. Okay, yeah, so we did watch that 21 on this push right here just now. So let's see what we can do. High of day, 21.43s on Rocket Lab. So nothing crazy going on there. I'm probably going to get out of, okay. Maybe no. You know what? How about this? This is me talking to myself.
Yeah, good.
How about you put on an exit rule?
Yep.
That has nothing to do with how you feel about where you want to sell, and that has everything to do with if the chart and price action do this, then I will sell. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, you have to set an algo for that, you know. Then you just
I mean, sometimes you guys just got to operate like one. Okay, I see. Okay, so there you go, right there, breaking the low of the candle right there. So thank you. Come again, Rocket Labs, 21.
Thank you.
Push from 19 halves right there on an anchored hold. And you call it anchored, call it VWAP, call it pre-market levels, whatever you want, whatever indicator you want to use.
BTC.
And obviously tape and volume, I guess volume, definitely my number one indicator right there. And that volume can be interpreted on many different things, on the chart, on the tape, on the book, right? So I like that. A bit of a pullback here on 21s. Oh boy, clearly have no idea what I'm doing because
that's not true.
I am underperforming on this.
Are you green today, my friend?
Yes.
Well, then you're better than 98% of day traders. 91,750 right now. I mean, Bitcoin just right there, topped out. Real nice coming through. Professional read about to happen here. I'm not good enough. 91,850 right there. So we almost grabbed 92,000 here on Bitcoin. Again, nice little drop off. We took the advantage of getting a little bit more out. We said that we would try to hold on as much as we could to IBIT, and we still are. But like, we just got hit at 40. I had an offer there. So, I mean, this to me is pretty much holding on. I'm really not embarrassed. I mean, it is what it is, but we should have really had that bid down there. I thought we put it out, and I guess we did not. So missing that bid there on VWAP for IBIT, but 99 problems, you know. All right, so nice dip down there. I don't know what happened to Palantir and why it did that move, but I'm going to stay away from it. Again, today we had a great trade there until it quadunked. Shout out to Sharif. And then we got a trade that we really like back into VWAP, and then it was ripping, and then Sharif came again and quadunked this thing again, another 50 cents. Like 50 cents in one candle, one minute candle. So like I don't know. It didn't see that one happening and stopped us out, and it's a good thing it did, because not only did it go 50 cents, you know, it went another 50 cents on top of that one, another 50 cents, another $1 on that one to the downside. So yeah, man, that one keeps on going down. MVST, I see some people talking about that. There's also KINT. I want to thank the super chat that I saw not too long ago. Minnie Mouse for KINT saying, let's go Kraken. Here goes MVST. This will halt. Oh no, MVST trying to get some longs here. Is it halting? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh, you could have got all you needed there at 105.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wow.
Watch out. Watch out for this one. I mean, obviously it's up 500%, but right there, a halted MVST. It just failed everybody right there before the halt. Like these are ARCAs, NASDAQs, like millions of shares. It's done 520 million, so thank you for that, Randy. The red mug, on a red day, I like it. Very, 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 very good, Randy. Thank you for that one there. But MVST a halt, KINT as well. Is that what someone wrote there in the chat? Am I looking at the right name? Why don't we have that in our system? Yeah, it is KINT. I apologize, guys, because I do not see KINT. Is it an Amex name? Okay, we don't have this. So Minnie Mouse, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't know if that's a symbol or not, or whatever it is, but KINT not one in our system. I can look it up. There's so many runners right now. You guys could put like XYZ in the chat, and I'll be like XYZ.
Oh yeah.
All right. So BTCT right now looks like it's trying to still hold view up. Thank you, Randy, for that. But looks like it is still trying to hold it. So we'll give it a shot here now. BTCT. Hopefully up to 19. That was a good area. Maybe we'll just put an offer there. If we get that short, then we get it. But that's a decent look there. Yes, sir. Oh, crypto. KINT is a crypto name. Thank you for that, Brendan, and everybody there in the chat as well. So, all right. So again, another crypto name. We will have a look at that. Crypto's been going absolutely crazy today. We're long IBIT, and IBIT. Guess what? There. Sharif, $1 in the money on IBIT right now as that continues to go higher there as well, trying to get through new day's highs on IBIT again. Sticky note trading has been here. The one name, Obi, and I'm going to throw back to you in a second. I just want to look at Tesla. All right, so pretty aggressive dip, right? I had written down, and you and I had talked about this 336 level, the 200 period moving average. It just slides through that like butter. And yeah, straight down to 328. So right now, Tesla's still up on the day, trying to find a holding, but for right now, yeah, 325, 330 here in Tesla. I'm going to give it a second on that one. I'm going to let it breathe. We do have Nvidia, a couple good top-ups here. The market's not doing anything, but if it rips, I like where we're at. We're going to be long Bitcoin and we're long Nvidia. I like those two names in a market that wants to go upside. So
we're printing fresh highs here on Bitcoin. 92,000 flat on Coinbase exchange here.
Really?
92,000 flat as of right now. We just pushed up into it. So yeah, no, a lot of these crypto names, oh boy. The market is not doing anything, depending on which market you're looking at, Sean. Our market here on the ES and NQ, a little bit of a quadung, so it is doing something. It's selling off. So if you're short, oh boy, you're sitting pretty on that one. But Bitcoin longs is where it's at right now, and that's perfect because Adair is going to have the crypto watch right now.
Honestly, what isn't there to say here about crypto? There are so many different types of news coming out here. But I want to start here with talking about a pretty interesting story we had yesterday. SPF and the whole Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX story apparently getting a film adaptation. This is going to be written by Lena Dunham, who made that girls show on HBO. And it's going to be co-produced apparently by Apple and A24. That's the production and distribution studio that gave us Euphoria and things like that. So this could be a pretty interesting story. Just keep an eye here. Worth noting here, it's also apparently going to be based on the book written by the writer of The Big Short. So huge pedigree, especially in that financial film space. Also, we have Novogratz here making some comments about Bitcoin, saying that if there is a Bitcoin reserve, BTC could potentially raise $500,000, but he thinks the potential of that Bitcoin reserve a little bit lower. Let's talk about Bitcoin, though, here. As Obi noted, this is pushing right into 92,000, depending on what exchange you're looking at here. I'm seeing right now on Coinbase 91.8. So just shy of that 92,000 level. Beautiful uptrend. Yesterday's pause was just that, a pause, and the rally continues. Dogecoin, though, actually another one really worth discussing here. This is a daily trend in Doge, which is pushing higher. I was seeing apparently this is actually up by 150% since the election compared to Bitcoin, which is up 30%. Still significant, but yeah, Doge definitely one of the biggest beneficiaries, especially after we have the Department of Government Efficiency announced by Donald Trump and apparently going to be led by Elon Musk. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all to the upside. Ethereum still, though, not being able to break above that 3,200 area. We have Dogecoin, of course, as we mentioned here, up about 12%. Shiba Inu and Cardano up about 3%. Not really many laggards to speak of here. Everything generally to the upside. It's just a matter of how much it's up, guys.
I'll bet you 1,000 Doge that it's going to be in the top 3 by the, no, I'm joking.
You'll bet me 1,000 Doge? That's
five.
$400 now. You understand that? That's for you. That's nothing. I know. But what do you want to bet? Doge is going to the top 5?
Top 5. Top
Right.
5.
Well,
top
we do
five.
have Satya coming through on the midday, so get ready for her to talk all about crypto. I mean, what a good day to have Satya on with Sharif coming through again here. So Doge, oh, come on, man. You're already number 6, my guy. Let me just refresh this right here. I'm not going to bet anything on that one. With this name starting to go over the upside. Okay, actually, no, maybe I will bet it, actually. Because look how much it needs to make up in market cap. So it needs to go up 50% higher to take out Binance coin.
Yeah.
You want to make that bet?
Yes.
Oh, wow, I like it. Yes,
What
sir.
do you mean?
Sometimes I can't even get an answer from Neil.
What's-
Hey, do you
what's-
think the market's closing red or green?
What's a 50% market cap?
50% move.
Do you know? Do you know the rate? Look at the full market cap of crypto, like that.
no, it's up here.
scroll
It's
up.
3.
Yeah, look at that. Line only go up,
3.2
Sean.
trill.
Line only go up.
Oh, line goes down, my guy, but it is only going up.
I mean, if you
for now.
smooth it out, you know.
I can't argue to sit here and talk about like crypto's only 16 years old.
Yeah.
You know, like
Our great grandchildren are going to be like, why didn't you buy Bitcoin at 100K? What were
they're
you
going to be
thinking?
watching these highlights if YouTube still exists. Like, I don't know, is YouTube going to be like an NFT or something? And they're going to be like, oh man, look, here's our stupid dads talking all about this. These guys are betting like 400 Dogecoin. Like, that's going to be worth like 400 grand or
Yeah.
something. But
Easy
no,
money.
I mean, look, I don't know what to think, but we're having a great time here. I want to make sure that everybody makes sure to hit the like and the subscribe. I mean, we're having a fantastic time with Obi here. How many people are even watching? I mean, we were setting some records. Over 8,000 right now watching. Okay, I'm going to update this. Oh no, that means it's going to be, I'm going to get this ad again. All right, get this ad out of here. I really got to employ
Ad blocker.
ad blocker.
Yeah.
Okay, boomer. Where's that okay, boomer thing here? What is ad block? Okay, so we'll wait to see what's going on with that one. But yeah, right now 922 likes on the stream. So we got to get a little higher than that. Over 7,000 of you watching. We've got Obi here. We've got the midday show going. We've got Bitcoin. I mean, if you are a holder of crypto right now, you should be hitting the like button. 922
Come on,
right
that's
there.
not even 50%.
That's not even close to 50%. Over here, Ramin, if we can, we'll just show this right now. 922 likes. That needs to go higher.
Way higher.
It probably is higher
Bump
now.
it.
I got to refresh this thing. So I'm going to download ad. Isn't this ad blocker right here? Ad blocker for YouTube has access to this site. You see what this is saying right here?
Yeah. Some of them don't. Some of the ad blockers are not the best.
I'm going to refresh right now. I
the
don't care if ad blocker shows up or not. How many likes do we have right now? 1.2K. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
so much.
Let's get that to 50%. We got 30%.
Let's get that a lot
let's
higher.
get to
Let's get that a
50%.
lot.
7,000 people watching. Literally, if like 1 out of 2 people
I mean, what are we even doing here? And
click the like button.
Nvidia
gotta
back
click.
to the 50-period moving average.
It was funny. Somebody in the chat was like,
look at that.
"Oh, why is?" Yeah, would you look at that? Somebody in the chat was like, "Why Dogecoin? Isn't there an infinite amount of Dogecoin?" Well, same could be said for fiat because they keep printing and printing more money. Is there a limited store of fiat? I don't know because if you can just print more, then who really knows? Right, Sean. And we already know the man who runs the Fed. His name is literally Cash Carry.
Right.
You look at his eyes. Greg said this the first time I came on the floor. You look at his eyes. He's a man who looks like he has an infinite amount of money.
He runs the Minnesota Fed.
He is a man who looks like he has an infinite
Minnesota
amount
about to be a real rich
at his
state, I
hands.
guess.
So-
With Neil Kashkari buying $1 trillion worth of. No, we have no idea if he's holding any crypto whatsoever. Okay, so we just missed that out there at 50s for Nvidia. We were getting a little bit carried away there. We
You can
have
be
an
skeptical or you can make money.
Oh, it's like, here it comes right back up right now again for that. So we're going to take a piece out. We're at 61s. Let's take it. There it is. Okay, we got a piece out. So it comes, look at that. It comes right back up, Obi. Right back into the 50-period moving average. Obi, let's put on display one of your many talents.
Sure, yeah. eSignal. Trade smarter, not harder. Upgrade to an elite trading experience. Analyze, strategize, capitalize, foresee profitable opportunities with the platform that you need. Infinite data, instant trading, know where the market is moving before others with lightning fast data. Better backtesting and scanning, predict the future by understanding the past. Reliable, real-time data, up-to-the-second market information from hundreds of global markets. Everything you need all in one place. Don't miss a beat. Execute your best trades now. Ready to elevate your trading? Scan the QR code or check the link in the description for eSignal.
Elevation.
There it is.
There it is right there. Thank you, Obi, for that one. And wow, boom goes the dynamite on Palantir again. All-time highs right now. 52-week highs again for Palantir. $63. Like this is real. I mean, it just keeps on heading. Like this chart here on the daily, we have one little stop and go there. 2 days back up to the upside right now is Palantir looking to take down that $64 mark. Unbelievable trade for Palantir today. Not my trade. I mean, I'm up on it, but I wish we would have held that. This little move down from 63.10 down there to 61.70, like in a straight line for 10 minutes, this thing lost $1.30. So like the liquidity is here in the market, that is for sure. But when markets and when stocks decide to go one way, it becomes tough to stand in their way. We've seen that with this BTCT trade, which, again, it's going to be hard to get that smile off my face with that stock. That started going in the pre-market. Frankly, I mean, that was just a ridiculous. I mean, $10, a $12 winner on a $12 name. That's, you know, for me, that'll be pretty good here, especially trading, obviously, on a prop floor. You're able to do some different things. What's going on, John F? Thank you so much here for this. Even when I hit my daily drawdown, I still like listening.
Hey-o.
I mean, that's what we're doing. Diamond hands on the listening there, John F. Sorry about the daily drawdown situation on that one.
Happens.
It happens to all. And to all a good night, too, a lot of the times. But right there, thank you, John. And, you know, that means a lot to me because when I'm off, and I know Sharif did this on his day off, I think a couple months ago, I watch the show, you know, and I sit there and be like, damn, Neil and Obi are really good. How can I be better? No, but I'm serious, you know, and I'm looking for different things on the show. You know, how the audience is reacting to things, how the trading is going, what do we need to do more of, what do we need to show more of? Is there a certain amount of stocks that we should be trading? Should we be looking at midday madness a little bit more? What are some of the things that we're going to look at here as traders that help the audience become better traders? And you know, that's what I talk about in, you know, real lessons for real traders, right? Like, what are we trading? Why did we miss certain trades? Why did I go long? What are the levels we're looking at? And about being honest, right? I mean, I think a perfect example here is IBIT. Like, we talked about this pullback to buy that dip. So again, we like all the lessons that we do here, but that's a real-time trade. So instead of like making a note and doing a video about buy VWAP right there, that's a great trade. There's so many traders out there that will just talk and talk and talk about everything. But I'm trying to sit here and put on the trades. I mean, that's why I said to Obi and Sharif, all these guys, same thing, right? Like, Obi, explain why you like that Rocket Lab. What are you looking at? He does it, he trades it, he nails it. Like, those are the things. Not just sitting here saying, you know, this is a good trade, you should have bought that dip. Like, I'm here to show you that was the trade there to break that. We also talked about breaking through the morning highs here on IBIT as it goes because we like the potential for a huge Bitcoin trade today, and that happened again. So, you know, it's just about learning together as a team and trying to get better as a group, and that's why it's so important that we continue to hit the like and the subscribe on the stream to let everybody know that this is the #1 trading show to look at. Here we go. It'll be 1.5K right now. So thank you to everybody for that.
Keep them coming. We got 20 minutes left. You said 7,000 people watching.
3,000 is reasonable.
Yeah, I think like a 50% is you know, is
a decent number that we would
acceptable.
take.
Acceptable.
Over now
Tesla
at the
to the downside.
Tesla to the downside. The market really retracing. Now, I was seeing my net dripping a little bit here, so that means it's Nvidia going down. We'll talk more about this as my reload should be here on Nvidia very, very soon. Back down to 146.50 NVDA. Let's go to the screen with Adara.
Yo, look at this.
We have the S&P 500 slightly leading the Qs, and you can really see that reflected in this sector board. Finance really strong here. JPM up about almost 2%. Retail trade doing really well here as well. We have Amazon launching its new discount service apparently to rival Temu, so great look for AMZN. Some of these other names, HD also up on day 2 earnings. Producer manufacturing has some strength as well. We've got some strength in communications, transportation. Now in terms of weakness or flat trading, health technology a bit flat, same with consumer non-durables. And utilities, though there's some green there. Energy minerals, though, getting a little bit weaker with OXY, Occidental, certainly to the downside after its earnings report last night. Now, of course, we have to talk about these tech names, and you can kind of see here why the Qs are not as strong as the S&P 500 when you look at some of this performance. Nvidia, AVGO here, AMD, to the downside in the electronic technology sector. Now, if we go to technology services, all three of the Mag 7s in the sector to the downside. But there is some strength here in some of these other names. CRM continuing to push higher, NFLX and ADBE continuing upside for their second day straight. So just because the Mag 7s aren't performing well doesn't mean there's no tech strength, guys.
Let's go quickly, Obi. Let's go. Nice trade here. We did reload that position. I said to Obi, like, where's my offer? Like, I should have got reloaded the first time, but thankfully it came back in there. So the cat came back the very next day. You thought Nvidia was a goner, but the cat came back the very next day. But
They usually do.
yeah, they usually do. I mean, if you're a good homeowner and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes cats, unfortunately, in my area, there's things called foxes that are rolling around all over the place.
Have
And some
foxes,
cats
coyotes.
do not come back the very next day. Our cat is an indoor cat. So that cat always came back because he never.
My cat, I would be scared for the wolf. I mean the fox.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, no. Oh,
I mean, your cat might stick up to it, but I'm just.
yeah, no, I know. If there's a pack of them,
There's a pecking order, my guy.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was walking. There goes Rocket Lab with the consolidation at 20 halves, pushing past that 21s. Oh boy. So that anchored hold is holding up quite nicely, poised for a break of high a day there.
Let's go.
21 halves. Let's see if we can get that. Oh man, gotta keep involved with some of the best trades that I have on the day there, and Rocket Lab is definitely a good example of that. Now you were saying how like I planned it out, I called it out, and I took the trade, and I want to shout out Brankles, because he was emphasizing like write down a plan, simple. So we use this IPES. So it's an acronym. So IPES, just 4 points. And it's pretty solid. Like, you know, it gives you an idea of what you want to do, how you want to execute, what's the size you're going to be using, and what you're going to be looking for. So I, for the idea, what is your trade idea? P, what are the parameters? What do you want to see happen, right? Execution for ease, and then size and what you want to risk for the S, IPS. Shout out to Brankles for that one. Yeah, exactly. Size and risk. What are you going to do when you see all of those things happen?
We actually talked about this. Yeah. And you said to yourself earlier today as well, it's like, why did I not have more shares? Yeah. And me and you had this
I took exactly what I wrote down, but I'm realizing this trade was worthy of much more.
Exactly. And that's why, I mean, I'll talk about this with Neil sometimes as well. I don't know actually his opinion on it. I'll have to, he always sort of sidesteps it, but I'll ask him about it. I think the most important thing is that size, because we can all have ideas. Yeah. You know, and I think that's a great point about it, is to have some ideas about trading. But if you don't have the right amount of shares on for the trade, like that BTCT, I had a good amount of shares. Like, I was fine with it. I was comfortable with that. But if that's like your thing, you're going to swing and miss on so many of those kind of trades that it's important that when you do hit it, that you have the right amount of shares. And I mean, you know, that Rocket Lab was great today, but you don't want to size up tomorrow on a trade that looks something similar and then it not work for you, or do you? I mean, my thing is, yes, you do. I think if the setup is there tomorrow on a Shopify or on something else, or even on Rocket, I mean, it won't be there on Rocket Labs again, because I guess it'll be a day two play.
Maybe day two
but
play.
But if it sets up the same way, I like the fact that you ring it and you go for it. And sometimes you'll see me sitting here, and I, like, you know, part of wearing trading on my face sometimes, and that is like, if I come in and there's an idea that I like, and I'll dig into it, and then I look back and I'm like, you know, what? Like, what's the damage that was just put on there to the downside? Because I like the trade and it just didn't work. Yeah. And that way you can almost be done on one idea. I don't mind that. As far as risk parameters though, what's your opinion on using like a 25% marker or something where we always define the risk before we get into the trade?
Yeah, of course.
So let's just say, you know, your stop was $1,000, so that's like where you're shut out at, right there. Rocket Lab, you had a dollar sort of risk on that. How many shares would that be? What kind of a percentage are you looking at there for a losing trade on your best idea?
So you're saying if my daily risk limit is 1,000, right, and I want to risk $1, it depends. So here's the thing: we can delve a little bit deeper into this. So here's the thing: is it what grade of a setup is it? Is it a B setup? Is it an A+ setup, or is it a C setup? right? If it's an A plus, if it's Rocket Labs like this, I graded it as a B plus.
Okay.
And I took B plus size. What I'm realizing, it was closer to an A just based off of the market environment that we're in.
But okay, I understand. So what? We're not talking about exact share size. I'm saying
30%.
30%.
30% of daily risk.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. So that's very similar.
So that'd be that.
It took a minute to get there, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I like the fact that you ranked it, and I liked what you and Brankos were talking about there with the IPS. Is that what it was? IPS?
Yeah, IPES.
IPES, that kind of a setup there. I mean, you have to rank your trades. I mean, that's why I put on here, and I don't put them in any particular order, but the trades I'm looking at every day. And I try to say these 5 names early are the ones, and like SMCI, 22 short. You know the high is 2190 right now. So, you know, if you don't stick with some of the ideas that you have written down also, then you could miss out. Look at this trade on SMCI. We had written down $22 right here.
Yeah.
Who's over there? Fabian.
Continuation short.
Yeah.
Right?
So right there, you know, comes right back in. There's 2180. Right. So if you're sitting there and you're looking at your ideas, that comes in, boom, right down there. Right. So it's easy to sort of cherry pick some of these ideas, but at the end of the day, a good idea deserves risk, and I'm really glad.
And I mean, like, look, Rocket Lab's pushing high a day right now, almost 22s now.
Boom.
So this thing continues.
Any regrets?
I mean. No regrets. I made the decisions I said I was going to make. I think for improvement on this trade, I think I really have to assess what tickers in the market have been doing off of earnings and see what's going on. IBIT's continuing to go here. What's up, Adara?
No. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh boy.
Not because the money thing. Who gives a load of you know what about that? Look what is going on with IBIT and Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, new all-time highs, and you may get a new victory for Mike Tyson. Are you watching that fight?
Probably not.
Jake Paul, your boy Jake Paul.
My boy. What do you mean?
No, I thought your generation was all about Jake Paul.
I know who he is, but I don't know. I don't.
He's the favorite.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure the fight's gonna happen, but here it's all a Roman circus to me. I don't really.
I like that.
You know.
I should have gone to a circus in Rome. Maybe Neil's there enjoying that today. Okay, throw to Adara. Do you want to do it now or at 10:50?
This is perfect. Yeah, we're going to transition into money talks. But before we do that, I wanted to go a bit early because I saw something here on AMD. This is Advanced Micro Devices, of course. Apparently, the company is going to be cutting 4% of its global workforce. This is reported by CRN, which is a technology-based news company here, and they cited a statement from the company. So let's take a look here at the DXY now, do a quick money talks transition. This is the daily chart for the DXY. Nice little support here at that 100 level, of course. And now we're pushing into 106.3s. This is despite a bit of weakness earlier today on the CPI print, which came in line with expectations across the board. That is for core and non-core and month over month and year over year. So everything coming exactly in line here. We mentioned yesterday DXY brushing up against that resistance point here of 106. Now we're again at next resistance at 106.30. So DXY continuing to take out these levels since that push we got off 100 at the end of September. No other economic data today, but we do have some more Fed speakers. We had Fed's Kashkari, Williams, and Logan earlier today. Then at 1, we'll get Fed's Musalam, and 1:30, we'll get Fed Schmidt. So keep an eye out for some midday Fed action. Sometimes midday Fed comments especially can give the market a bit of a move. Then tomorrow, we'll get PPI data here after CPI this morning. PPI is expected to grow here. It looks like for all metrics except for core month over month. So we're expecting increases year over year, month over month, and year over year core. And with that in mind, we're going to take a moment to thank our sponsor at VinFast. Exciting news from VinFast, ticker VFS. Vietnamese pure-play electric vehicle or EV manufacturer. The company has just secured substantial financial backing to supercharge its growth. Vingroup, Vietnam's largest private conglomerate, is committing a hefty $1.4 billion by 2026. But that's not all. VinFast founder and CEO, Pham Nhat Vuong, is stepping up with a personal injection of $2.1 billion, reinforcing his belief in the company's bright future. This funding isn't just a show of confidence, it's a strategic boost designed to power VinFast's path to break even by 2026. This move by Vingroup and Mr. Vuong underlines their strong support to VinFast's long-term success. And there's more! Vingroup is converting $3.3 billion of its existing loans into non-voting preference shares, easing VinFast's financial obligations and giving its balance sheet a serious lift.
Oh no, that thing, not reversion, that's continuation on Rivian.
You're just mentioning that you saw a couple of VinFasts on the road.
Yeah, no, we've been seeing more and more of VinFast on the road. So
Shout out to VinFast.
I was saying I've sat in one of them at like one of the displays at the mall. I think it was at Yorkdale a few months back. Yeah, very, very nice. I liked it a lot. Comfortable, very spacious. It didn't really go on a drive. That's obviously going to be the deciding factor there. But in terms of comfort and spaciousness inside and features, it's pretty damn good.
Good. Yeah, I like that there. Injection of capital as well for VFS. So go check out VinFast. All right, well, I mean, crypto is now turning around, but we're still fine with it. We did get another piece out to that upside. Guess what's moving around right now as well? I think I'm going to take an opportunity to get a piece out here on BTCT, right there on the NASDAQ. So I have an offer a lot higher, but we sort of broke through there on BTCT up to $19. So now we faded back in. I think we should put an offer in and around this $18.50. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out of half of what we have left right there. Maybe we get a pop, maybe we don't, but it seems like that's going to be pretty reasonable. We've been really holding out on VWAP so far today. I mean, we did get a drip back in. Wow, there's that 12 and there's that 24. So that's 100% there on that name as it continues to, make longs of that name. We saw it up 300% yesterday. Did we think it had a chance to go? Yes, we did, and we were right on that. So we were able to get out a lot on the top there. My most profitable name, potentially, I have to go back and look, but right now it could be. I would feel like Tesla and Nvidia on some of those winners, we actually made a little bit more money on it. But as far as just like an individual single trade alone, where we didn't average in or we didn't do anything too fancy, BTCT is going to be my number one stock, number one trade of the month, I would say, just from a straight trade and then the end of the P&L from like beginning of trade to end of trade. Sometimes on Nvidia, like we might make more money today on Nvidia, I don't know, but we've averaged into it and it just looks like this. But just for a straight trade, like that was pretty good. We did have a chance. All these trades have chances to do that. And then yesterday we had a $20 winner on Tesla as well. But again, that move on BTBT happened pretty early and we're able to hold a decent amount of shares and get out near the high side. So probably more money on Tesla or Nvidia, but as far as rando stocks, that was a good one. We did hear also, and we do have Satya and Sharif coming through, which is perfect day because crypto is like, the market cap now is 3.2 trillion. I mean, that is unbelievable. I remember talking about it as like when it was going to be breaking through the 1 mark, and then all of a sudden you're tripled up from that. Bitcoin up, I think, 48% or something year to date. Well, definitely check that out. I don't want to misquote that one because people will be breathing down my neck there. But I thought we were in the 40s or so at the beginning of the year, maybe 52 or something. Here, what am I talking about? Let's just have a quick look. We only have 5 minutes left, and then I'll throw it over to you, Obi. I just want to, because now I'm wondering how much we're up. Does this show you year to date here anywhere? All right, January, February, yeah, so there it is right there. Yes, no, we're right. So yeah, so I was about right. January of 24, we're in the 44,000 area. So yeah, so I said 48% we were up. It looks like we're going to be more than that now, up to 93. So at the beginning of the year, if we just take this right here, Monday the 1st was 43 and change. So double that is 86. So that's 50%. Add on about 7,000 more to that. You're at about like 54% or so to the upside year to date on BTC, let alone obviously all-time highs as we continue to talk about that one. 16 years ago, you had this thing for $1, 92,000, and as Sharif likes to say, 124,000 Canadian dollars. But you don't want to hold Canadian dollars. It is very much the truth. AMD, I just heard in my ear that they're cutting 4% of global workforce. Doesn't seem to have done anything whatsoever to the stock, but it did give me a little bit of nervous hands there as we did drop. Okay, Nvidia, are you kidding me right now? We're going to end the day, and it's always a good sign when you do this, at the high of the day for myself. And I know that you're at the high of the day for yourself because you've been chilling there in Rocket Lab and not in anything, but holding that Rocket Lab near and dear to your heart. So good trade there on RKLB. All right, so we're here on BCT. I'm waiting in the 40s for this trade, so 1840 if it comes. Part of me being at the high of the day is holding this right now. So if this really does tank, then I wouldn't be at my high spot. But for right now, it looks like it's going to be okay on that. Nvidia trying to go up and IBIT still going higher. IBIT's at the high of the day because Bitcoin, we just talked about it. So what a great show, Obi. I got to give you a big shout out to that one. Sure. Everybody everybody loving Obi. We love when Neil's here. We love when Obi's here. We got a great team. So make sure you do hit the like and the subscribe. And there it is, man. Let's see if we can do it in the next 3 minutes. Let's do it for Obi, guys. 1.6K. We have 7,000 watching.
So
let's
pump
get
those
to
numbers up.
2,000
Those are
right
rookie
now in the
numbers.
next 2 minutes. Let's put it on. If you haven't hit the like button, let's do it, man. Big day today, no matter what you're trading. And I want to say thank you to Obi because Obi's been here. He put on one trade, well, 2 trades, but one basic idea. And it just goes to show you that's what you need. You don't need to have millions of trades on. I've traded BTC, IBIT, Nvidia, and Palantir. So 4 for me, 1 for this guy. Both of us holding up trophies today, so I really like that. Glad to have you being positive right here today on the stream. So thank you for that, Obi, for sure. I'm just going to refresh 1.7K. So we got a little bit of work to do here, Obi, but I think we can get there in the next 2 minutes.
No, for sure. Throw up those likes there. Again, and let's try to get to 2,000 now. Something I do want to know, I had one trade or one idea that I executed, but coming into the morning, I had 4 different ones kind of written down, and I'm like, all right, well, there's 4 different ones. I don't know if I want to allocate all of my mental capital to everything off of the open, and a few of them did actually work, but I chose to kind of focus on one of them because I was like, this is really looking like, this is ticking the boxes for everything that I want to see. So I really like that one there on Rocket Lab. And you can see it's continuing to go. It's pushing fresh highs on the day. We've broken past 22s, oh boy. And I was looking at 19 halves of being like, I should have got in at 18 halves or 18 below 19s, maybe in the pre-market or right off of the open because of how good it was. And I hesitated and was willing to pay a point above where I thought it was even better for the continuation move. And look, like, I mean, it just happens to work out, right? And I'm just kind of just patiently watching Tesla, man. That 350 short on Tesla is absolutely beautiful. We're coming into 325s right now on Tesla. So that thing is selling off like crazy on the day. So I'm going to be patiently waiting, watching to see if it catches any sort of a bid. But again, 5 days worth of green. Yesterday, the first red day, and today we're getting that nice continuation to the downside as of right now. I got to go back into yesterday's plans, man. I got to go back to yesterday's plans because there was a support level on Tesla that I wrote down, which never hit yesterday, and that's prior week close. Prior week's close is at 321. We're trading 325s right now, Sean. So absolutely crazy on that one. Now, somebody in the chat asked me to look at Coinbase and ask, why is Coinbase going down while Bitcoin is going up? Now, this is a classic example of getting stubborn on a trade and being like, well, this is a related asset potentially. Why is this exchange selling off when crypto is going up? Here's the thing. I don't think these guys necessarily hold crypto. They're in the business of exchange. And the thing is, it only really takes one player or one kind of one-sided pressure on the market to make you question whether or not this idea is working or not. This is prime. This has been selling off of 330s, but look at that, pretty much sideways action after the gap up. So maybe this is still poised to go up, but maybe not on the frame that you're looking at, right? We're holding this support at that 308s from prior days. We can see that first day one that it did gap up here on Monday. We're holding those lows and kind of consolidating. So let's see what Coinbase has in store for us today or going forward. That 330 high, range high at that 343s from the pre-market from yesterday on Coinbase. Could be interesting, but yeah, no, not really looking any similar to some of these other names. You can look at IBIT. If you want to trade Bitcoin, you got to trade something like IBIT, which does follow. What is IBIT? Oh yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a ticker. It's IBIT, 4 letters.
We've already flipped over to the bottom.
Chart go up. That's all I like. I like the candles.
IBIT right now at highs, Nvidia at highs, or not at highs, but Nvidia 40 cents in the money. Unfortunately, Obi, we will not be back at 2 p.m. because we did not get our 2,000 likes. So, enjoy Sharif, Satya.
All right.
You guys are going to have to hold for it until 4 o'clock.
We're just going to put these bulls on the chairs.
I'll be back on the recap show.
Yeah.
The
bulls will trade for us.
Right there. We still got 1.8K. It's not working. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks, Bears versus Bulls, Ramin, Fabian, everybody that's there. Thanks, Brendan. Thank you, Adara, for those updates as well as we continue to go forward with everything. Make sure you do hit the like and subscribe for our next show. That is for sure. It is Learn to Trade. Today, we'll be talking about Moving averages,
beautiful.
Perfect. That's, I mean, nothing else better, near and dear to my heart than the only strategy that I use.
SMAs or EMAs?
Moving averages, and support and resistance, and view up. I guess there's 3 things there. It's Sataya, it's Sharif, it's Obi. Good show. Thank you, Obi. And we'll see you guys at 2 p.m. regardless of the likes.
Like that.
What is up, beautiful?